live. We'll just do it live. Fuck it.
There was a parliament member in Israel that one time burst into the assembly and just got on stage and like started shouting about, I don't even know what issue he was talking about, like was shouting. And he gave this very passionate speech and he left the assembly, and on the way out he met one of the radio reporters, and he was like, one of the major stations. He was like, did you get all that? Did you get all that? And the guy was like, no, we weren't recording. What did you say? He was like, "Ah, just go and record." And he burst back into the assembly and made the exact same speech. So I can do the whole, why are you running away from North Korea? Stay and fight for your rights again.
Yeah. Personally, I know that there's people that are passionate enough, and that's what they want to do. And there's always going to be those people, and they're going to stay behind and fight. But if you're really not feeling that, and you don't feel like you can make a difference, and you only really want to make a difference in your own life, then please find freedom in another state, because
To be
you're only
fair,
going to be miserable.
to be fair, I think that moving out is also fighting it, because when the state sees that people are fucking leaving it,
It
they
is a
don't.
form. It is a form of protest or disdain or whatever.
No, and
So
plus,
it
I
is
mean,
it is fighting it in a way.
and plus those people are not going to be paying taxes to the state of California anymore, which will put a hurt on them. I mean, not a huge hurt unless hundreds of thousands of people do it, but I don't know. And plus, I think that from chatting with Heavy here, I think he had that in mind for a very long time. It has nothing to do with what happened. Like, this is just the last straw.
But leaving, yeah, he's wanted to leave before this all went down. The ones that are sticking it out that I know of on gun channels that would stay and fight, or stay and fight or advocate for fighting it, would be the Ashnasi. He seems to not want to go anywhere. We already know what Brandon did. He just left and went to Arizona. And he said it was like the greatest decision he ever made.
Well, there's the pursuit of happiness for you. I mean, seriously. I don't think that I could. I don't think that I could resist
And
it.
and sometimes I think California is very unique from the other states in the way that they're just like a lot of the people out there that aren't normal are not just weird. They're like insane.
I don't
So you
know.
got a bunch of like people that aren't living in reality. They're living like the West Coast Hollywood whatever life. So let the whole state become that and see what gets done in that state. Nothing will get done.
Hmm. I think that mostly, like anywhere else, it's a matter of uh, there are so many people who are just indifferent to it that, like, I mean, I doubt that. Like, imagine if it had to go to like
Plenty of
a,
people, but plenty of people are indifferent to it. But the sad part is most of the ones that I meet are leaning toward not so much anti-gun, but I'll just call it leaning toward anti-gun because of the propaganda and the brainwashing over the years of how guns are bad. Some people don't even know how to get a gun, didn't even know you could get a gun. Every time I used to post a gun like a few years ago, they'd be like, is that even legal? Is there a wait time?
What, people from California or generally?
Like people on my friends list on Facebook or something, or even my personal friends and
My
family.
my friend list on Facebook has become so non-representative of the general public that it's like a complete bubble. Like 90% of my friends on Facebook are either pro-gun or libertarians or almost libertarians or hardcore conservatives. Like I have no idea what's going on in the general public.
Yeah, I used to talk a lot of politics on Facebook in 2012,
Well, it's
2013 and stuff, but I got sick of it.
it's gotten to the point. I'll tell you what. It's not only politics. Some people like, oh, you should have more like you should be more in touch with people that have opposing opinions and blah. I'm just I at some point I just had enough. You know what I mean? It seems like there's no convincing them, right? Like the hardcore left.
Well,
Uh,
you can't have a logical conversation with somebody that is running off the fact that they think they have the correct stats and facts when you
yeah,
have the actual ones. They're never going to believe you.
yeah, yeah. I was actually, a friend posted. So like 2 or 3 days ago, there was a stabbing attack in Tel Aviv, and the terrorists ran into a house, right into an apartment building, and one of my Facebook friends, who is a political activist, is sort of a libertarian, I guess, not really like somewhere between very conservative and libertarian, okay, and you know he was like, look, that was his apartment building, right? So the terrorist was outside of his door, like he was looking outside his peephole while the police were like rushing into the building trying to take care of this guy, right? So he posted a whole rant on Facebook about like because of our gun laws, if his door wasn't locked, first of all, he could have been killed, and second, he can't do anything. Like there's a terrorist right outside his door, and he can't do anything about it. He said, "Why do I have to feel scared in my own house?"
Yeah,
So
to where if it was somebody that was anti-gun and looked out the door and saw a terrorist, if it didn't automatically flip them into saying, "God, I wish I had a gun right now," they would say that it's our lenient laws that let this terrorist have a gun.
but that terrorist had a knife though,
Oh,
and plus, I mean, the Palestinians are not even under Israeli gun laws. They're under like possibly the strictest gun laws in the world because they're under basically military law. So they can't. I mean, they can't get a license or anything. No, they just either steal guns or make them, and it still doesn't help. They still have a bunch of guns. Um, but the point is, he posted all that rant, right? Now, never mind your pro or anti-gun opinions. When somebody posts that he had a fucking stabbing attack terrorist outside his door, the first thing that you need to do is say, "Well, I'm really sorry that you had this shitty experience. I hope you're okay. I'm glad to hear you're okay," right? That would be the first fucking decent thing to do, right? So no, this girl shows up and starts explaining like gun statistics to us, to me, and to this guy who apparently, I didn't even know it, has spent like the last 10 years of his life like studying the gun statistics from the US, right? And we're like, listen, everything that you say is wrong. Here's the data, right? So I pull up the FBI database and like I pulled up the Israeli Gun Association research about murder with firearms in Israel, which is not a thing. It's like a really minute thing, right? Yeah. Like I bring up a bunch of numbers, and they're all good, solid numbers. No, your research is wrong. Your research is slanted. Oh, Jesus. It went on like that.
yeah,
For like,
you can't
it
talk
went,
to them if they deny like FBI stats. If you're linking them to FBI.gov and they're still not paying attention, then you can't talk to them
Well, they don't say those are slanted. They just say, oh, well, but look, there's still X number of people killed by guns. And I'm like, yeah, and if they weren't killed by guns, they would have been killed by knives. And
That's what I'm saying. They pick that one thing because they're following their political puppets or whatever. When there's statistics out there that you can look up of other things that cause way more deaths that could be preventable too. Like bring up to them, everybody hates to do the car analogy, but go up to an anti-gun person that hates the car analogy and say, okay, well, do you want to take public transportation everywhere? The entire United States that wants to get somewhere fast has to take public transportation. So there's less accidents, conserving on gas, so there's less fossil fuel. Everybody's carpooling in these big buses. So wouldn't you do that? The driver's always sober, never drunk. So wouldn't you do that to just save one life? And they're like, fuck no, I'm not getting rid of my car. I'm like, well then fuck no, I'm not getting rid of my guns, because they have both the same fatality rate in the United States. And it's insignificant and not worth giving up those two liberties for some kind of sense of security. It's ridiculous.
I was like, I posted like, I wrote, out of 55 in 2014, right, in Israel, out of 55 murders with firearms, right, which is a third of the murders in Israel, okay? Not one was perpetrated by a legal gun. So not one law-abiding gun owner in Israel, right, used this gun to murder someone. That's an incredible statistic. Because we don't have a lot of firearms, but we still have 100-something thousand. Not one of them was used. And she's like, well, I'm not talking about 2014. I'm talking about 2015 and 16. I'm like, that's not how statistics works. It's not going to be 0 one year and 50 the next year. That's not how it works. It's really... So my point was, at some point, I just decided, fuck it. I go on Facebook to have fun, right? I mean, I do some activism, right? But generally speaking, my friends list, I don't want people to piss me off. I have no problem arguing with them in other people's walls and stuff like that when I try to do, like, pro-gun work. But I'm not going to bring them into my wall.
I try not to troll my friends on like people that I know outside of Facebook. I don't know. Politics causes, especially when people are on two polar opposites spectrum in politics, it gets ugly.
I mean, it's not so much that it gets ugly, it's just that, like, specifically the gun debate here, I mean, the people that argue with me usually have absolutely no fucking idea what they're talking about. And it's just... I mean, I just don't see the point of even, like, if you're not going to go and... If you don't know something about something, just don't have an opinion, okay?
They don't know that they don't know because they think they know. I've seen so many anti-gunners comments where they know, like, kind of about firearms, but you can tell they're pulling it out of what they heard through media or books, magazine, TV, movies, whatever. But they're trying to, like, get all of the most realistic things out of all of that media and put together in their head what they think. So they think they already know, those people.
It's less of an issue of knowing about firearms in Israel because, like, even the friends that I have from Israel that are anti-gun completely, right, have fired a firearm in their life. 99.9999% of them because they were in the military, right? So at the least they fired like 30 rounds from an M16, right? Not that that makes you an expert, but they know how a firearm works more or less, and I mean they know all that shit, more or less. It's never about that. Nobody makes ridiculous claims in Israel. Like nobody's gonna say, "Oh, that M16 is an evil killing machine." Everybody knows exactly what an M16. But the discussion is not about that. The discussion is basically about like the first thing that happens is always someone says, "Oh, it's gonna be like the Wild West. Everyone's gonna shoot each other in the street." I'm like, dude, you served in military bases where there were thousands of 18-year-old idiots carrying M16s. Did you see any of them shoot anybody? Like it's kind of funny
Doesn't
because
happen.
Oh yeah, that's the thing that bugs me. You know, I know I've mentioned before, right? I work with a guy who's kind of a FUD, and he's all "you guns are evil" type thing. But you know, he says stuff like, "Oh man, if we get open carry, like people are gonna shoot each other over a parking spot, blah blah blah." And it's like, dude, you realize Michigan is an open carry state? Like we've already been allowed to open carry all the time. It's also a shall issue state, which means most people that want concealed carry permits have one. Like, and you don't see people getting shot over stinking parking spaces.
no. And the most amazing thing is like if I honestly believe that people are that a large amount of people are so insanely violent that they would shoot people over parking spaces. I'm not saying it's never gonna happen. I'm sure it will. Like I'm sure somebody will shoot somebody over a parking space. I'm just
I
saying,
mean, it's happened, but it's like once in a decade.
like,
So you're
is
talking like one out of however many people can be, whatever, I guess 320
Yeah.
million.
I just saw a thing today. Some dude like got in a road rage incident with a biker, you know, like a motorcycle, and then he like ran over the motorcycle. The people had to like jump out of the way, and they were, you know, treated for minor injuries or whatever. It's like, yeah, road rage happens, and people try and run people over sometimes. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't have cars.
no, and the funniest thing is that for me at least, if you actually believe again that people are so insanely violent, like if I believe that, and I consider myself quite a paranoid individual,
Cars got to be going up because of people texting and driving too. Or maybe
dude.
that's just replacing drinking and driving because
No,
drinking and driving's going down.
I don't know. In Israel, at least, car accidents are not going up. Neither is. I mean, again, if
Well,
you think
I
that,
think they should have the little breathalyzer thing, you know, that makes you start your car. If you're not doing anything wrong, you shouldn't be
Yeah,
against it. So I
yeah.
think all cars should be equipped with that standard. Because I
Got
mean, if we
nothing
have
to
to do
worry about.
background checks because we're all assumed to be bad guys, everyone should have to blow into the thing because they're all assumed to be drunk.
Got nothing to worry about. I'm just gonna get a raccoon to blow in mine.
oh, that was strange.
That was an actual news story. A guy tried to get a raccoon to blow into his breathalyzer to start his car, and the raccoon attacked him.
And now he
Did
has
that,
rabies.
did that happen in Florida?
Maybe.
It sounds like a Florida story. Like man bites alligator.
It's a, there's a local radio station in the morning, and one of their segments they do every morning is like, "What's up with Florida?" or what's wrong with Florida or some shit. And they always have a news story every morning about something crazy happening in Florida. It's like they
Yeah,
never run out of crazy
there,
stuff that happens.
there's a whole like Facebook page or something. It's called Florida Man, the worst superhero in the world, and it's like the joke is like it's all the same guy, Florida Man, but it's not. It's just a bunch of really. I mean, it's like. But in any case, what I'm trying to say is, if everyone's so violent, then by all means, I want the gun, right?
Well, Snopes is saying it's fake. The guy never used a raccoon. See, that's what sucks about the internet. You find out the greatest things, and then you find out they're not.
You know what? Next time I see a raccoon, I'm gonna grab one and try and get
Yeah,
it to blow into a breathalyzer.
You ever
don't
see the
grab the
video?
raccoon.
The video where they're feeding them Doritos? There's like millions of raccoons. It's a crazy video.
I mean, there's just it comes to the point, and it's not only guns, it's other things too that I just don't have the energy to argue with some people. The remaining people that are anti-gun that are on my Facebook friends are people that like know that they just shouldn't fuck with me. Like if I post something pro-gun, they just don't, you know, they just don't engage because A, I like completely obliterate them with facts, and B, I actually get genuinely mad and they don't want to make me mad. Like they don't want to ruin my day. And I don't get mad because they're saying things that I can't argue with. I get mad because if you're on my Facebook friend list, that means I kind of like you, and I don't enjoy like listening to people that I appreciate saying dumb things. It annoys me. I think my greatest success story in all of this is my mother. Like my mother was really not very pro-gun at all 5 years ago, and I chipped away at that to the point where she's like sharing my pro-gun things. And like I think she joined the association, which is pretty insane.
I got my family the gift memberships for the NRA last year, I think.
I even got her to like
The
actually
year before last year.
carry her gun, so
Both my sisters have their motorcycle license, but they don't have their license to carry.
I have now like something not related to guns. I'm having a bit of a dilemma with my move to the north. And there's a place where they're selling houses, but it's a kibbutz. So a kibbutz is basically used to be really a communist style commune, right? And today they're not really communist, but they're cooperatives. So it's still kind of a little bit based on socialism. And I don't know. I don't know if I can do that on the one hand. On the other hand, it's a really, really good price for the house, and they have really nice education. Like, it's a really high quality of life place. And I'm like, I'm gonna have to be a kibbutz member. I don't know. If they'll have me, they have like crazy. Like, you can't just go and buy a house there. You have to pass all sorts of tests and stuff. But on the other hand, you can't just go and buy a house there. So when I raise my daughter there, I know that, like, the population is kind of screened, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, knowing that all of your neighbors have passed a test, like a psychological test, and are probably much less likely than the rest of the population to be like pedophiles and sociopaths is kind of nice. And it's a really beautiful place. It's like, um, it's at a really high elevation, like it's about 3,000 feet. So it snows there in the winter, but it's not very warm in the summer. Like, it's not scaldingly hot like the rest of Israel. And they have the kibbutz itself, like the cooperative, has a bunch of different agricultural things and industrial things that they're up to. So there's employment possibilities inside of the place, and also it's not that far from other places. I mean, it's a good place. I'm trying to convince my wife. It's killing me. She's so stubborn. But again, I mean, we might not even pass the test. You have to go and like spend the weekend there with people and get to know them, and they have to vouch for you.
How do I know this buffer tube is BCM? It's just some bag and it doesn't have any markings. How do I know they didn't send me some UTG buffer tube? That's a serious matter. Domestic.
I hate when YouTube videos have the people recording or saying, "I'm gonna put this on YouTube. Oh, I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome on
The first
YouTube."
thing that chick says in that raccoon.
Oh no, I can't stand that. Oh my god, I'm gonna be famous on YouTube.
No, she wasn't wrong.
At least she didn't say World Star.
That's normally like fights or whatever, right? That's the only time I've ever heard World Star is when there's like a big fight.
It's just like the ghetto version of YouTube. It's like the
Oh.
urban. I shouldn't say ghetto. I should say it's the urban version of it. The hip hop, the urban hip hop version.
Is that why I've only ever seen it on fights?
Maybe. People put like music up there and comedy and stuff like that, but you know, got to be into that.
Well, just a friendly reminder, you can find this gun lobby on YouTube. Check out my YouTube. Well, one day I want to be famous enough that people will recognize me from YouTube.
Quit pimping your YouTube, you whore.
I know. The irony is just overwhelming, isn't it?
Yeah. So what's your next gun purchase, Smaggy? Got an AK.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. So I'm down to a 22. I'd like to have a 22 rifle just for plinking or whatever. But then I was also considering getting a different carry gun.
Yeah, you wanted to get the PPQ.
Yeah, I was looking at the PPQ for sure. I think it's pretty cool. Which is still a big gun, but it's a little bit lighter,
It's a Glock 19 size, about
whatever that means.
mid size. Like there's compact, there's subcompact, and full size. It's in between those.
What's your current carry gun?
A CZ75 SP01 tactical.
All right, take like 3/4 of an inch off the grip, and 3/4 of an inch off the barrel, and maybe that's a Glock 19.
Have you ever seen a CZP07 in real life, Smex?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Glock 19 size gun.
Yeah. Yeah. They're like similar. PPQ just has maybe like a little less, or maybe just 1/4 of an inch longer grip than all the rest of the compacts.
Yeah,
Wait, so
it's still, how many rounds does it hold again? It's in the teens, right?
Yeah, it's 15.
Yeah. So it's,
yeah, all those size guns that are double stacked are easily 13, 14, 15 rounds.
I'm gonna put
Yeah,
it
'cause
next to my Glock 19 right now.
that's the one thing with the CZ. I went ahead and got the little bit smaller magazine because it comes with like basically like a 2-round, base plate kind of thing. Like that's what it's supposed to do. It sticks out the bottom of the gun. But then I got a oh shit, was it 17 rounds? Or 17 rounds the normal one? I
Yeah,
forget. whatever it is, I got two less, and that's the one that like I carry because it's still good enough, and then it doesn't stick out as much out the back of the grip.
Yeah,
I
the
mean, it's
PPQ's grip is a quarter of an inch longer, and the muzzle is, or the barrel is maybe an eighth of an inch longer than a Glock 19.
wait. So the SPO1 that you carry is like a double action, single action,
Yeah,
and you carry it what? Just chambered and decocked, or
yeah, yeah. I have a decocker. I don't have a safety, so yeah, I just chamber it and decock it.
how's that double action trigger treating you?
Um, I don't know. I mean, it's pretty heavy. I don't know what number or whatever. It's smooth, but you definitely know you're pulling it.
No, I mean, is it like, is it hard for you? Was it hard for you to get like transitions right and all that shit?
Not really. I mean, I'm not very good anyway, so
did
good enough for me.
you carry a striker fired before, or is this your first carry gun?
Nah, it's my first gun I've carried.
You carry a quarter cock.
I guess. I mean, I
Yeah,
just
you
use the
can.
decocker.
That's the only way to carry it with the
Like you
decock.
chamber around and decock it, right?
Right.
Yeah. So you got a shorter double action pull. It's way
Right. Yeah. It's a little bit less than if you actually like, put the hammer all the way down.
and it really ain't that bad.
No,
No,
it's not. I mean, it is heavy though. It's not.
It's heavy, but
you're
it's
pulling
short.
the damn thing.
Well, it's heavy, but I mean that's kind of the point today of a double action, single action gun. There's no other reason to carry it.
It's heavy, but you go like in a quarter of an inch back and it breaks before you know it.
Hang on, let me go get mine. I'll be the first chat dust pop.
All right.
Eh, I don't feel like it. Changed my mind.
Oh, you suck.
That's a nice gun. I was looking at that gun. I'm probably gonna get the compact CZ75 with a decocker.
Get the PCR.
Well, I don't think we have the PCR in Israel, but we have the PO1, which is basically the same.
Yeah, the PCR is just the PO1 or
Without
not the
rail.
PO1. It's the compact 75 with serrations on the front strap and the back strap
And a decocker.
and a decocker, and I think it has night sights.
Right. So the PO1 is that only with a rail.
Yeah. And the compact's just a regular 75 compact.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like I have to go and shoot the double action a little bit and see how much it fucks with me because I've never shot double action. I carry double action, single action pistols, but because I only carried for work, and all the places where I worked, we carried condition 3. So I never fired the gun.
You mean condition? Hang on, wait a minute. I need to get my gun ready.
I wouldn't advise you making that joke at me when I'm carrying condition 3 because you get very, very, very quick at it when all you do is practice that. But
You need two hands to do it.
that's true. Well, no, I could do it with one hand. Like I could cock the pistol with one hand. I just need it. That would take a longer time. That's true. I'm not here advocating it. I'm just saying that's how we carried. So I never actually carried. I never actually.
I'm just weighing the pros and cons.
No, there are definitely more cons. There's no doubt about it. There's only one pro, which is it is safer. Period. And 99.9999999% of gun owners are never going to shoot their gun at anybody. So you're probably going to be safer with that. On the other hand, that one time that you need it, you don't want to be slower / not being able to wreck your slide because your other hand is like pushing some dude off of you. No, there's definitely more cons, but that's just the way it's been done in Israel since forever. So all the law enforcement and stuff like that. That's how we carry. I mean, I'm not gonna carry like that. That's why I'm interested in double action versions. I don't want to get the single action version because I the safety seems worse to me than a double action trigger. I'm not at all comfortable with having a safety on my. There you go.
The double action on a CZ from that quarter cock position is probably one of the most manageable double action triggers to
Yeah,
practice.
it's.
I've shot all my CZs like that ever since I've been shooting double single action.
It's I think like 9 to 10 pounds.
Yeah, I mean the weight. It's a short pull at that point that the weight really doesn't bother you. You're more concentrating on just being consistent and pulling it straight back the entire time. You're not really worried about how it doesn't feel heavy after a while.
I'm not worried about the weight. I'm worried about the consistency compared to the consistency.
Yeah. And plus, there's things you can do to clean the trigger up so it's not. Some of them might come from the factory stagey, or some might come smooth, but it all just depends.
Yeah, I really have to go and shoot them. I mean, if I'm not happy with it, right? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go shoot the regular CZ and the decocker CZ, and then if I'm not happy with either, and I feel like this is going to be too steep of a learning curve with the double action or the safety, I can't get my head wrapped around it, which probably I can't because I really hate the idea of the safety.
Well,
Although,
I think if you have a good holster, you can cock that shit back and carry it like that.
without a safety,
Just yeah, without.
no. That is definitely. I'm never gonna feel safe like that. It's a
No.
very smooth trigger, and it's very not very heavy.
That's condition zero.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm sorry. Maybe in like, no, never. The funny thing about a safety,
That's how
right?
I carry my Glock.
Well, yes, but your Glock has a completely different trigger.
I just make sure I got a good holster to put it in.
I have zero issues with carrying a Glock like that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to carry my CZ, cocked and ready to rock.
I don't know, man. What's that? A 4.5 pound trigger on that thing? In the single action? I don't know. I don't
I
know.
don't know. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
doesn't
I'm
have
so
like
bad with
that.
like numbers and shit, but
That's around.
it's short.
That's good. Yeah, it's around 4.5 pounds or
And
4 pounds.
it doesn't have a safety trigger. So I don't know. A Glock, I wouldn't mind.
I mean, the SPO1 or the PO1 has a
None of them have the little.
environment block.
Yeah. They all have like all the other things, but they don't have like the Glock style. You know what I
I'd
mean?
like
Like
to
the.
call it the danger trigger.
Are you saying like the safe action
Yeah,
tab
right.
thingy?
Yeah. I don't know.
That's what I was asking last night. I think was that in the lobby chat or whatever. I was asking about it. Like I
Worried
didn't
about,
understand the point of that trigger, but I know.
It's for impacts,
Yeah, it makes sense.
inertia, and gravity and such.
That's
I
what
would
I was
not.
told.
But yeah, I wonder how other guns fare without it.
Also, if a ghost grabs a hold of your gun, tries to use the trigger, their finger can't.
They can't press the tab in.
No, but if you for something to press the trigger back, it's gonna have to be really well aligned with it. Unlike, I don't know. The funny thing about a safety is I feel so worried about a safety on a pistol, which is funny because we carried in the army, we carried our M16s, we had them on safe. No one ever thought that's strange. Even when we had the round chamber, they weren't safe.
Yeah, but is there a statistic for like negligent discharges in the army of any country? I
I'm
mean, I'm
sure
sure
there
there
is.
is. I'm sure there is, but do we have access to it?
No, I'm just saying, like, we always carry. I never felt like that safety is an issue. I just got it. Like, you get used to when you need to open the safety, you open the safety, and that's it. I mean, like, it's part of the presentation of the firearm into the shooting position. I never considered it a problem with a rifle, but somehow with a pistol, it, I feel like I'm gonna forget to do it. If I need to shoot the gun at somebody, I feel like I'm gonna forget that safety.
Well, then you should buy a Glock 17.
Yeah, I might. That's what I was going to say. If I don't feel that I can practice away my fear of not opening the safety, or practice away the double action, single action transition thing, I'm just gonna buy a Glock 19. And that's it. I'm not gonna buy 17. I'm not gonna carry a Glock 17. There's absolutely zero
Oh,
reason.
that's true. You're gonna carry. Yeah. Get a 19.
No, of course I'm gonna carry it. What am I getting the gun for?
Did you all see my new safety on my AR?
No. Are you gonna link it?
I guess I could go find it. It's on the Insta. Safety on my AR.
No. My phone.
I'll link it in a minute. It's pretty cool.
If it's just gonna be a picture of like your forehead or something like that, I'm gonna be pissed.
Actually, I could just. That's a good point. I can just turn my camera on. Hang on. But everyone else out there, go to Instagram, Snuggy42. Give me the likes. I need your approval.
You gotta at people. And
You
tag.
gotta what?
You gotta tag people.
I know. I don't like doing that unless I take a picture of somebody.
Just pretend it's us. Tag it.
Well, here's the thing. The people that I would tag, I know are going to see it eventually, and then they'll like it.
Now, I don't see a lot of shit, man.
Do
I
you
don't
ever
go
go
on
back
Instagram.
to the people you follow and just like scroll down to see if you missed something?
I used to do that, but now I can't be bothered with such.
Oh, you're too good for us, I see. Mr. 20K is too good for us.
It's just not exciting to scroll through the Instagram as it used to be.
I don't even go on Instagram, so.
Alright, let's see here.
I follow too many people is my problem. Like 800 and whatever.
And I'm not gonna open an Instagram because I don't feel that I can like manage having Facebook and Instagram and whatever. It's just too much work.
And that says, what color is that? Pink?
No, it's blue.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, matches your mag release now.
Right, I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
It's on that side, too.
That's horrible.
So when you shoot that with the ambi, have you ever shot it with the ambi?
No, I have never shot it yet. I just installed it on
Does that
Tuesday.
does that switch on the right side get anywhere close to your trigger finger when it's in fire position?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I heard that is a pain in the ass.
Why is it blue?
Because blue is awesome.
Yeah.
If you see it match
Maybe
with my mag
maybe
release,
you can adjust it to 6. What is that?
That just looks weird.
45 degrees.
oh yeah, this you can do it where it only goes to like
Yeah.
here or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the,
then that'd be
the,
straight.
the drill sergeant in me is shouting, "Get that shit off your rifle!" And that crap, but mostly the blue parts.
Isn't that neat? That's cool. I have a bipod.
Small Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, well, Night Strike sent this to me. I was talking about it. I know it's not necessarily really practical or high quality, but
Well, I'm sure it will survive all of the battles you're going to fight with this rifle.
Ooh, nice ears.
Or at least a couple of trips to the range.
Oh yeah, wearing my shirt.
Thank God nobody's watching this.
Well, what do you got that commie gun out for?
My fingers on the trigger too.
Oh,
Did you hear it go
you
click?
you didn't even do a safety check.
I didn't
Oh my
even see the
God.
check at first.
Internet. And he pointed at the camera. We're lucky we're not all
Jesus
dead.
Christ.
I think I got shot.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a bayonet.
No.
He's got an Hungarian bayonet, don't you?
Now he's gonna stab us.
Yeah, I think so. Oh my. We're gonna need safe spaces after this. Oh boy.
Snipes.
I'm triggered. I'm triggered. I'm triggered.
I haven't even done anything yet.
Is my audio not working?
Smegs, is that a Hungarian bayonet?
It is a Hungarian
So,
bayonet.
Tony,
It's
we can
nice.
kind of hear you, Tony.
But do you have everything for it, or are you missing the?
This is all I have right now.
No, I
But I
mean
mean, the
the.
bayonet? Yeah, I got the.
I don't even have a bayonet.
Oh, you have the.
I have
thing.
one, but it doesn't fit on my gun.
Fuck! I'm willing to kill for that for that belt loop.
He has the complete one.
It's really difficult to get those fucking belt loop for the Hungarian AK bayonets.
You know why I have the complete one? Because G-Webs is the most awesome person in the world.
Where do you get those fucking belt loops for the Hungarians?
I get them from G-Webs because he's the most awesome person in the world.
Hungry?
Yeah. Yeah, fuck it. I'm not gonna ship it. to Hungary.
You can cheat and get him on eBay.
Yeah, G-Webs picks him up. He flies to Hungary. He's,
I need better tape though.
I think I might just like make a belt loop for it, and that's it. Oh, Jewebs, I wanted to ask you something.
Maggie, are you stapling that to the wall?
I'm using tape.
He glued it.
Hey, oh, even better.
And it keeps falling off. I need more tape.
He pasted it.
Oh my God.
Hang on, I found this the other day. Some metal tape? That might work.
Dear God.
Yeah, frame it with that.
Smeggy, I'm guessing you're not married.
Not anymore, I'm not.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to be living in that room for probably the next 20, 30 years.
I wanted to ask G-Webs about patches, but... Now, I'm thinking about...
I think he's here. You can ask him.
Yeah, he's not on voice, though. Right.
He was talking just a minute ago.
Yeah, what do you want?
No, I was just wondering, I mean, I was thinking about making some patches. I was wondering, like, as far as graphics go, what kind of graphics do you need to give a patch maker? And what kind of formats are they in and all that crap?
You can try to do it all to like some format, but then different companies will have their own preferences. So most of them at the normal level, or you can just give them a sketch or a rough idea, and they'll do the artwork themselves in the way they want. You don't have to have it all ready for them. And even if you do, it doesn't necessarily get you any further along.
So just send them whatever, a rough image of it, and they'll turn it into their graphic. And
Yeah, when cops and like scout troops and stuff do it, they don't have pictures, or else they have some kid sketch it out with crayons, or they have like some cop who just sketch it out on a notepad or whatever. So they're used to that.
and how much does it cost you per patch?
Usually gonna be like $300 or $400. So that's gonna be like 10 of them is gonna cost you $30 a piece, and 100 of them will cost you like $3 or $4 a piece.
So the more you buy, the cheaper it is.
Yeah, obviously.
It's hard to get them under $300. You can sometimes get them for like 2, if you only get like 50 or something. But it's such a rip-off that you might as well just they start at 300, and then once you start getting, I've never bought shit tons. If you buy shit tons, it gets cheap.
So, like, I got a preliminary quote. That's about $3 per patch for a batch of 100. It's a small batch.
Velcro on it? With the Velcro, right?
I couldn't figure out. That's the only thing that I couldn't figure out.
70 cents, usually, each. Or 75 or somewhere around there. So
That sounds like about what you were saying, though. $3 a patch for 100, that's $300. There you go.
No, 3 or 4. So depending on the size. So if it's 3, since that's on the low end, make sure that the Velcro is included, because they love to just sell you whatever, and then when you are finalizing it, you're like, "There's no Velcro on here," and they go, "Oh, no problem. Let me just add that on," and then now it's $70, $100 more.
Right. I can't make like a huge batch of them because I don't know how many people will buy them.
Well, that's the problem. Otherwise, everybody would have them.
Yeah, I don't really I don't want to make any money off of it. Obviously, selling it to people. I just want people to wear.
Otherwise, you're gonna spend $300 or $400 to do it.
No, I want to make the money back that I put into it. I don't want to. Like, the point is not like to fund something with it. The point is to get people who go to like shooting competitions or just backpacking or whatever to have their patch of the Facebook group on their shit.
The best thing I've done is the crowdfunding thing, like Kickstarter, Indiegogo, or one of those, because that helps you keep track of who is participating and how many there were. Otherwise, you're going to have 70 emails because you're going to have to sell like 50 or 70 of them to be able to pay for them. So you're going to have 70 individual emails coming in and 70 individual methods of payment. Those crowdfunding things make that, possible, really. And then
like consolidates everybody into one.
Well,
I need to check the legality of those in Israel, though.
Of the patch itself.
Of
they won't even, most of the places won't even make it if it's copyright or if it's trademark or something.
No. I mean the crowdfunding. Like, I need to check if I'm allowed to do that, or if because they might be considered like an income or whatever, and then I have to report it on my taxes.
It's definitely income. You definitely have to report it. You're definitely paying taxes on it.
Yeah.
Unless you're able to do it, because it's at least in the United States, it's like $300, and then you got to deal with it as income.
But then, are the patches a deductible for you?
How would
I
they be
would
deductible?
think since you're using that money to make the patches, that's a cost, so that doesn't count as income. It's only if you make $400.
Oh, yay! That makes it better. That doesn't make it twice as much work for a fucking accountant and to keep track of. No, that doesn't. I mean, you're not going to spend $70 on taxes. You're going to spend $25 on taxes, but you're going to pay money on taxes no matter what. And you have to all that money coming in from 70 sources, dealing with your credit, whatever your money system is, 70 times, and then 70 shippings, 70 paying for envelopes, and then whatever, adding it up and then trying to figure it out. I
don't even mind like losing a little bit of money on it. I just want my point is
your luck, because you'll always lose money. You'll never sell them all.
Oh yeah, but I mean the whole point
of losing. I try to do it so that I can at least pay for most of the order, and then I hope I'll sell the rest over time. But if you're not looking at selling the rest over time, you will lose half the money. You're going to spend at least $100, $200 on doing it each time.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You'll maybe get back 100, unless you got some design that goes viral and everybody buys all of them from you, and then you could make money.
No, I doubt it'll go viral.
Yeah, I'll buy one. How much?
Well, when I have them ready.
See, you gotta talk to GWebs. He's got a prototype machine. You can make one, and then you can show people.
Fuck you. Wasting my time. Fuck that. I barely have enough time to make the ones that I'm making for myself. I'd be selling all my time.
Oh, GWebs can make one. It's just a $500 prototype.
Yeah, start selling it at $500 an hour. Then you can start selling out time on my machine. Until then.
Yeah.
If it was a printer, like if I had some easy job where you just go push the button on the thing, send in some artwork, click a button, and refill the ink tubes, no problem. But that's massive pain in the ass. That's like saying, oh, this guy's got a lot of tools. You can just come over to his house anytime you need and use his garage, and he will fix your car for you. That's basically what Bob is offering.
Jewibs, don't worry. I'm not gonna fly from Israel
There's no issue. I'm never gonna ever do patches for people just for the fuck of it. It takes hours. It's not fun at all. It's actually.
No. I mean, there seems to be like a assload of companies in Israel that do it, and they all seem to be.
That's what I'd recommend, because there's people that have real machines can just kick it out in like moments. Like a real machine is something like thousands of stitches per minute, and most of the patches are like the biggest patch is 12,000 or 14,000 stitches. So that's like a couple of moments on a real production machine. It takes freaking an hour for me to do a big patch.
Or I can just like print it out on a piece of paper and have my mother embroider it.
Yeah, that
That's
actually, and that would be a very, very special patch.
take a little bit longer, an hour.
She did that for me one time. Let me see if I can find that.
My mother used to do
Yeah,
portraits.
quit going around telling people I'm doing prototypes for them, Bob.
What can I say, man? You know, I wasn't offering your services. I was just saying, you know, if you wanted, you could probably pay G-Webs enough that, you know.
No. Am I in the business of patch making? No. Hell no. That's a pain in the freaking ass. No. That's like, oh, you want to troubleshoot network printers for people? You've done it before. Why don't you do it for a living?
Oh my god, I hate printers. Network printers, ones that are hooked up to the computer, whatever it is, they always give me problems. I hate fucking printers.
That's what I'm saying. This machine is no different, except that at the end it poops out a little patch, and well, the beginnings of a patch. You still got to finish it, and then instead of a piece of paper at the end.
But I like
Me and my buddies did a straight up fucking office space. His office was moving, and they ended up like throwing out a bunch of shit and just buying new stuff instead of, you know, paying to move it. And so they let the employees take home whatever they wanted, you know, chairs, filing cabinets, whatever. And they had these printers, and they let the employees take home the printers. So he brought one home, and we had a big bonfire, and we just beat the shit out of it with hammers and tire irons and whatever. And we blared, "Damn, it feels good to be a gangster."
And you know what? I got that same way. A laser printer, an old black and white laser printer. But I mean, fuck, it cost nothing to run. You know, well, probably Christie, but shit.
Okay, I got my box of shit. This shit is heavy.
God, what are you picking up your desktop?
No. It's a laptop. No, the box is heavy. I've got my box of crap.
Oh, your box of crap. Okay. Oh, all right. I got a tiny little box. You should see the ones I got.
No, not all my crap is in the box. Just the crap that I don't want to use. Plus, my box says 36 rifle grenades anti-demonstration. So mine's cool.
That's kind of like G-Web likes really cool boxes.
I got this. I'm gonna put on my my.
Oh, your beret, man.
Yeah, but it doesn't fit with my hair so long. It only fits when my hair is cut short per regulations.
Yep.
No, I'm looking for that patch that my mom. Oh, there it is. I wonder if I have a normal one here to show you the difference. Maybe I should start like selling this stuff on eBay. I'm sure there are a lot of idiots that are willing to pay a bunch of stuff for like Israeli IDF militaria.
Oh yeah. Well, I shop at the Zapadel, Ziffel, some kind
Oh,
of.
there it is. You see?
Oh yeah. Your mother stitched that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have taken a while.
It took her like weeks, I think.
That's nice. Hold it up to the camera, I guess. Nice.
That's really
Bob,
cool.
you can start selling his Ma's time out. Like, start making orders for like 12 of those at a time.
Nah, my mom makes $650 a day at her corn job, so I don't think.
I want a
I don't
handmade patch by Bob when he's wasted.
But what's the cutest thing? It's like she made this for me when I was a tank commander, right? She took like the regular shoulder badge that you can buy at the store, and she stitched over the actual print. And then I'm this tough tank commander, and back here, it's hard to see, but the initials, it's initials for "I love you, mommy." And you know what? I love my mommy, and I don't care. The whole world can hear it.
Yeah. Well, we all just did. I mean, everybody that matters in the world, anyway.
Well, my mommy is the best. Look what she made for me. There you are.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's pretty cool. My mom made paintings for me.
But
My mom made me a grilled cheese. So
I have a bunch of cool shit here. Look at
my
this
mom
crap.
ignored me today.
Oh,
I saw her in the car when I was leaving work, and I tried like waving at her and flashing my brakes at her and stuff. She was right behind me and didn't even see,
no,
or
probably-
she just ignored me.
Why does this asshole keep braking?
Yeah, well, we were stopped at a red light, so I just like tapped my brakes real
fuck
fast
is
so
on
they
your head?
blinked.
No,
It's my helmet cover.
do that. Look like a beekeeper.
Yeah, well, that's one of the neat things the Israeli military does. They have like helmet covers that are like basically
In case of
disruptive.
sandstorms, right?
No, it's disruptive covers so that somebody can't like. It's really easy to identify a helmet because
It's really easy to identify a face.
Well, you paint your face, dude. And
Yeah,
plus
it breaks up your outline.
exactly. And it's double-sided too. It's like desert camel on one side.
Nah, I say it's to keep bees out of your
Well,
face.
you could if you put it like
You got a
like this.
bee problem in Israel.
Or you could like
If
pretend
you put it like this, I mean, it would keep the bees out.
I would probably be like laying in a ditch with that thing over my head.
well, like I say too, if you put your blanket around you and then put that in your face, would think you were just a regular Muslim woman.
I got a shit ton, a metric shit ton of rifle slings. And no rifles to put them on.
You know what? You could probably put those on eBay for sure.
Yeah, dude, they're genuine, fucking Israeli. Some of them have, like, embroidered crap on them.
Oh yeah, that's called like trench art. That's all big.
Did you make your mom embroider? Yeah.
No, my mom didn't make those. Those were just, like, fly. What we got.
That's what like the symbols look like, lightning bolts.
Now I got another strap.
But I have one with the lightning bolts, but you can barely see the embroidery anymore because I wore it so much. I used it like this has been to 2 wars, so it's like it's gone.
Yeah, see that would sell big time on eBay.
And the clips are all like fucking falling apart.
You can get like $20 for that on eBay.
Oh,
Yeah, well, I'll never sell it. I mean, I got it from a guy that like finished his mandatory service, and he was like, "Here, I never got killed wearing this. Try wearing it. Maybe you won't get killed." Like, that's a good idea. I'll try it.
That was nice of him.
actually that was, and it's something like I'd go, well, fuck, it worked for those guys.
Oh.
Oh, some nice magazines.
No, they're very bad magazines.
You can send them to me.
But this thing is fucking gold, though. That coupler.
Yeah, the coupler. Yeah.
Coupler is awesome. What else I got in here? I got shit in here I don't even remember I had.
It looks like it holds the mags too close together.
No, doesn't.
Is it one upside down? Or
No,
like
the-
they like opposite?
No,
Oh, I see it now.
it's not. There's no issue. Trust me.
I
I've
saw
used
the
it.
space. Yeah, I saw the space between.
What else is in here? Got it. A cleaning kit for a 7.62 millimeter rifle that I never had or was issued.
You can send that to me. I can use it in my VZ58.
It's a pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I like the can.
I'll give you Bob's address.
And it has like a.
My address is the box number, man. I live in a camper.
I'll give him your address. Don't worry about it, Bob. Just wait for it in the mail.
Yeah.
It's probably as old as you are, Bob.
Yeah, that'd be even cooler.
I think
My
I think I found this with my grandfather's stuff, like when he passed away.
my favorite rifle is my dad's 30-06 semi-automatic hunting rifle, because it was made the same year I was born, and that's the year he bought it. We basically got me and a new rifle that year, so it was a good year for him, in my opinion.
Yeah, some of it was good.
But it's a hell of a rifle too. So great thing to actually have left to you is a a nice semi-automatic 30-06. It's a hunting rifle, but have you had to?
There's some stuff here that I can't show on camera that I have. Oh, here. There you are.
Porn?
What?
Old Israeli porn?
No, just some stuff.
All like a frying pan full of bacon?
How is
Yeah.
the porn in Israel?
It's
American porn.
It's very bad.
It's all about bacon, because
Oh, here you can see I have one that wasn't embroidered, so you can see that like what she used for the basis. This is the.
Yeah, I see.
She gets, that's so cool.
That was the one that's not embroidered. Hurts my eyes.
Well, only because you saw the embroidered one. It's actually a very nice patch.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing that your mother would do that for you.
Yeah. What happened is actually I saw a dude with like an embroidered one that he bought. Like he bought it from somewhere, and I told my mom I don't know where he bought it, and I didn't get a chance to ask him. So can you look around and see where I can buy one? Because I was in the army, I didn't have time to look for it.
Yeah.
And then like 2 or 3 weeks later, I came back home. She was like, "Here you go." I was like, "Wow, where did you buy it?" She was like, "I made it." I'm like, holy shit. I didn't even know she could do that. That's very unlike my mother to be able to do that.
Yeah.
My mom like has a truck license and carries a gun and was like a lieutenant colonel in the army. I didn't think she can embroider things.
Yeah. Good, man. Well, it's just a show, eh?
Oh, here's another. You see, so that's the thing. There's like an assload of companies that do this stuff in Israel because there's like a lot of demand from the military for it. Like dog tag covers. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
I don't cover my dog tags, but I wear them like a pimp.
Yeah.
Because they're shiny. Crap, now I have to arrange all this crap. Why did I do that? Yeah, because the box is too small for all the shit that's inside.
Took you 20 minutes to pack it the first time. Now you just
I had like a really nice. I wrote my name real nice on the front of it when I was in the army after I got it, and then some dude came in with another marker and just wrote "the faggot" underneath my name. So I had to like black everything out. It's always nice to look at this box. It reminds me of simpler times.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the army is dangerous and all, but you get 3 meals a day. You know what your schedule is going to be, or if you don't know, you don't have to worry about it because someone else is going to tell you what to do.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about rent because you live in a tank. So, I mean, I have a
Yeah, you spent your early years living in a tent, camping, and whereas me, I spent my early years, on a ranch and shit like that. But I end up where I just want to go drive around, live in my aluminum too. I'm old now, and I just like fuck it. I'm tired. I want to.
I don't even really care if it's ranged, but there's shit here that I might actually need at some point, so I don't want to have to dig for it when I need it.
I want to buy something on eBay. What should I get?
You know, I would buy that rifle.
Buy a potato chip that's shaped like Oprah Winfrey.
That's pretty much every potato chip. Because aren't they kind of pale and lumpy?
Oh, that's what I need.
He's getting paler, right? Like Michael Jackson's shoulders get paler. I think being white might be contagious or something. Because it seems like the more black people spend around white people, they get paler.
The cleaning kits for AKs, you know, little like cigar tube things. Are those different in each country, or can I just get like whatever?
No idea. That would be good.
Do you think that every country was like, well, we're not making fucking cleaning kits, fuck that, and then Russia was like, all right, we'll make all the cleaning kits? Or do you think everybody made their own fucking cleaning kit?
Well, it's just I can't find a Hungarian one. That's all.
Yeah, I have no idea. That's another thing that but I've got dozens of them though.
Yeah, I think every country needs their own, really.
I'm sure they did, but when I type in Hungarian cleaning kit, like nothing pops up.
I mean, what do you really need as far as a cleaning kit for an AK? You basically need, like...
I need the little cigar tube with the little brushes and shit that comes with it. Not that I'd ever use it to clean it, but I need it to stick in my hole.
You're...
You know what? I want to hear about your perversion, Sneggy.
And now on gun channels, Monica Lewinsky about AK cleaning kits. I need the cigar to stick it in my hole.
Bill Clinton 101.
I think Israelis and Canadians have kind of the same humor.
By the way, I totally like went completely lazy and just like pressed everything into that thing and just there was no way I'm going to arrange that.
Yeah.
My wife hates that box.
Oh, does she? Really?
Yeah. Because it's super heavy and it's like in one of the, like our service cabinet or whatever.
Yeah.
And every time, not because she needs to take it out, but every time I take it out, I make like a bunch of noise and stuff starts falling on me.
Yeah, we saw you struggling with it.
Dude, it's super heavy and I'm not getting any stronger. Look how thin my arm is.
Mm-hmm.
I lost 20 pounds in the last 8 months.
Why?
Because I have a daughter and I don't have time to do anything, and I don't eat.
Yeah,
Well, that's a good idea. I should go get food.
kids will do that to you, man. When I first got kids, my friends all told me to prepare, right? When my wife got pregnant, they said, prepare. You're not going to get more than 4 or 5 hours of sleep. I'm like, oh, okay. And I started eating, and then just not getting any sleep. I'd game half the night and then get, less and less sleep every night. I've trained myself not to sleep. Then once I got a kid, I didn't have time for gaming. Because I was awake a lot. Little kids are awake a lot. And then, what usually happens is you have one, and a couple years later, the woman, forgetting all the pain and the tribulations, because they have really short memories, goes, let's have another one. And next thing you've got 2. Now you're going to do the same thing again for another, couple of years. And by that time, the other one's hitting the age, the terrible 2s.
They have short memories about that, but when you're oh, this knife is cool, I'm gonna buy this knife. She's like, oh, you just bought a knife. I'm like, that was a year ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah. How many knives do you have now? You have too many knives. It's like, yeah, and you got 90 pairs of shoes.
Actually, my wife is really good about shopping. It's almost annoying.
Oh really? Oh yes.
Yeah.
Then you don't use ammunition.
I wish she would like buy more crap so I can like say, but you just bought that and that, but no, she doesn't. She's gonna be so pissed when I get my gun license and she's gonna find out how much a gun costs. She's gonna fucking flip out, man. And that's even before because it's not the gun. Like I plan on doing a lot of shooting, right? So,
Yeah. You got ammunition costs, range costs.
and then you know what she tells me?
Yeah. What? You don't need it.
No, she says, well, quit smoking. You can buy whatever you want.
Oh, I get that all the time. Well, I used to.
And I think that's really silly because if I was married to me and I would get a gun, the last thing I would want is for me to stop smoking. Don't want me walking around all jumpy with a gun.
Well,
Liable to shoot myself in the leg.
do you guys get to do vaping? Do you guys get to have vaporizers and stuff there?
I guess. I don't know. I'm not interested in that.
Oh, you should be, man.
Dude, like,
It's the same kind of thing. I'm preaching this even though I have a vaporizer and I'm not using it. I'm smoking cigarettes, so never mind. I'll shut up now.
no, I'll tell you what. Look, I tried, as far as smoking, I mean, I don't know if I can. You see that water pipe there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have a water pipe. I have a pipe. I'm probably the only person under 90. I used to roll my own cigarettes, and I had an e-cigarette when they just came out.
Oh yeah, which is yeah, the electronic ones I'm talking about.
And I smoke cigars. I smoke Cuban cigars sometimes. None of that shit does what cigarettes do to me. I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't think it's even the smoking itself as much as it's just like doing shit with my hands.
Yeah, for
But-
some people that is it.
I mean, I would like jerk off all the time instead, but like when I do it on the street, people complain.
Oh, that's too funny.
I really don't understand their problem because I'm not bothering anyone.
The human bodily function.
Yeah, dude. I just saw this like angry post by some woman on Facebook that like was breastfeeding in some restaurant, right? And like someone in the table next to her asked her if she can like stop doing it because it bothers him. She's like, "You get to eat in the restaurant. Why can't my baby eat in the restaurant?" Well, because when he eats, he doesn't take out his fucking boobs, okay? You stupid bitch. Anyway, I'm like, well, that's a natural thing. This is a natural thing. I think I should be allowed to masturbate if she gets to breastfeed. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I like breastfeeding. I like women breastfeeding in public. I mean,
Oh, I don't mind it one bit.
yeah, I want to see every booby I can see, right? So,
Well, yes, but all I'm saying is like I don't care, but I can see like why a religious person would get upset.
I don't know. I don't like to cater to religious people at all, or any ethnicity. I mean, we have freedom of speech, and I think women should be free to breastfeed and suck it
Well,
up. Is-
Oh, there you are. Someone else is lighting a cigarette. Everything's good. The world's good. Hey, Tony.
Well, I've been smoking too, so don't feel bad about it. I smoke, and
My thinking on this is basically like my thinking on most things, which is a restaurant is a private place, right? It's a privately owned business. They should be allowed to put whatever sign they want in the entrance, as in you are allowed to breastfeed, you're not allowed to breastfeed, and then everybody can make their own fucking decision if they want to eat at that restaurant or not. And that should be the end of it. That's what I think about smoking as well. Like, if there's enough people that don't want to go where people smoke, they won't go to those restaurants, and that'd be the end of it.
That ain't the way liberals look at things, though.
Yeah, I know. But like, they made all these laws in Israel about smoking, right? And it worked in restaurants, and they try to do it in bars where you can't smoke in bars.
Well, they have that here.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, and the most popular bars are the ones that you can actually go out onto a deck and smoke. And they actually have heaters out there, so even in the winter, you can go and sit out there and have your cigarette without freezing to death.
Well, but what happened here is, okay, you can't smoke. We're going to give you a like 10,000 shekel fine, which is like $2,500 every time that somebody smokes in your establishment, right?
Yeah.
So the restaurants pretty much just managed it because, I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't smoke in a restaurant even if it was allowed. Just because I know it bothers people. And like families go there, right? And, I mean, I shouldn't be forcing like other people's children to like breathe my smoke, right?
Right. Yeah, because you understand it's not good for you, but you trade, the calming effects. I do much the same thing. You trade.
No, and plus, I don't want to make people miserable. Like, if I'm at a bus stop and I'm smoking and somebody makes a face, I would be like, sir or ma'am or whatever, is my cigarette bothering you? And if they say yes, even though I'm perfectly allowed to smoke there, I would walk like 10 meters to the side and smoke on the side. I'm fine with that. But the thing about bars is, the bars just couldn't hack it. I mean, they found out that it's more expensive to not let people smoke than pay the fines.
Yeah.
So what they do is they wait until around like 10 p.m. when they know that all the people that like, all the municipal workers and people that enforce the law are like already in their beds, sound asleep. And then they're like, well, we're not going to give you an ashtray, but here you can smoke on this side of the bar, because otherwise people drink less. When smokers can't drink, who can't smoke, they drink less.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I have yet to see a place in my city where you cannot smoke inside the bar, even though it's illegal.
Yeah. After a certain hour, though, right?
After 9 or 10 or at the most 11 p.m. And I mean, I never go to bars earlier than 9 p.m.
Yeah. Seriously. That's when you sit at home and drink a few beers and talk about all the hot women you're going to pick up at the bar, and then of course you never do because you're just a dude.
No, the picking up women at the bars never worked for me. I think I'm too honest for it.
Well, I never had a problem with it. It was just always the end of the night.
I kind of feel like, I mean, because basically when you approach a woman at a bar, if you were honest with her, what you would do is you would walk up to her and say, "Hello, miss. I've looked at you and I have found that you are fuckable.
Yeah.
Let's have a conversation and see if you're not going to be able to change my mind by saying stupid things."
Yeah.
Now, it appears this doesn't work.
It can. It depends on where you live.
It generally doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah. But you can. I mean, I've gone up to women and said, "God, I want to fuck you," and they've gone, "Okay." And yet they haven't been total airheads. They've just been horny that week. And they turn.
Oh no, I don't think it makes them. You remind me, when I worked on the cruise ship, because we usually assume that we're the only people that speak Hebrew, right?
Yeah.
So we would work in the entrance to the ship, and we would talk like horrible smack at the people that were passing. Like, I mean, like, look at this ugly motherfucker and stuff like that. But it's all in Hebrew, so nobody knows, right? So this guy is standing in it's called the gangway, right? The entrance to the ship.
Yeah.
So he's standing on the gangway, just checking people's passenger cards. And the family comes up, and they're all like blonde, like they don't look at all like they're Israelis.
Yeah.
And this woman comes, oh, young woman, comes and gives him her identity card, and he like beeps it, with the barcode and makes sure that she belongs on board. And he looks her straight in the eye and he says in Hebrew, "Wow, is it kusitat," which like basically translated to "Wow, you're a hot piece of ass." And she looks straight back at him and says, "What did you say?" In Hebrew. And the dude is like, he didn't have a way out of it, so he was like, "I said you're a hot piece of ass." So she just like smiled and said, "Thank you."
Oh, she probably was so enjoying the fact that she got to shock him like that.
Yeah, I mean, another time, and it happened it happened a few times. One time, this like whole family came, and again, they looked completely like Northern Europeans, And the dude was like, he passed the card to one of the girls, and he looked at her and said, "I would marry you," in Hebrew.
Yeah.
"I would marry you right now."
Yeah.
And her brother got like all upset. And the security guard is like, "Dude, I didn't even say anything rude. I said I would marry her. That's a nice thing. Like, calm down."
Well, except for the fact that that's my little sister and she's only 15.
Well, no, I think she was like 16.
No. Yeah, and that's legal in Canada, I think, now. Yeah, 16. It used to be 14.
I mean,
You used to be able to go to the bar in Toronto, our biggest city, and see 14-year-old lap dancers because they had a note from their parents saying they could be a dancer at the bar.
well, I don't know, man. I mean, the problem on board was those Northern European girls, right, from like Norway and Sweden and stuff,
Yeah.
and Northern Germany. They could be 14 and you wouldn't even know it unless you checked. I mean, the only thing that saved.
What the hell are you guys talking about?
The
I
only
come
thing.
back with dinner and you're talking about underage strippers or some shit?
Well, that was Bob. I did
Well,
not.
partly.
What the hell?
No, we're
Right.
talking about underage girls on the cruise ship.
It's all Bob's fault.
No, I just.
It's okay because they stole those underage girls from their families, so it's okay.
Didn't steal them. They came here willingly.
Jesus Christ.
They heard about how great Canadian North was.
Hey, does this rag smell like chloroform to you?
Stone Guy's not here. He's the expert on that.
Anyway, so you wouldn't be able to tell if they're 13 or 14 or whatever. The only thing that saved like the security team from like committing criminal offenses was that we had the identity card, like we had the dates of birth for all the passengers, so we could check them out before we like made lethal mistakes.
Yep.
Because I mean, those girls were like 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh, your girls are so well built.
No, I'm talking about specifically Northern Europeans. I mean,
Well, because they're come from Viking stock, which is Norwegian.
and plus it was so easy to like, it was so easy for the guys on the team. I didn't do it because I meant like I hooked up with my fiance then and my wife. Well, she's my wife now after like a couple of weeks on board, so I wasn't that interested. But
Oh, you're lying your ass off.
no, I swear, I did not look.
He's not saying he didn't look.
No, of course I looked. There's nothing wrong. I mean, wait, I'm going to switch my camera on so you can look me in the eyes. There are my eyes. When my wife finished her contract and went back home, I stayed on board for 6 months. And if I was interested in cheating on her, it would not be difficult. I mean, even an ugly motherfucker like me, once you wear a suit all the time and an earpiece, and you have that all James Bond fucking Mossad agent vibe going on around you, It's not really that difficult. But I was honestly not interested. I had
Well, I'll believe you. Thousands might not, but I will. And I'll look you in the eyes, dude.
and I'm not, and girls tried, fuck, there were some hot women on that ship. You know, probably one day when I'm like 90 years old and lying on my deathbed, I'm gonna regret it, but I didn't do anything.
Isn't
I had
it supposed to be a fucking gun chat?
All right, so again, we'll talk about which is the best handgun in the world, which we all know is the Browning High Power.
Bullshit. It's a Smith & Wesson Sigma with a little work.
Hell no, it's Browning High Power, stock out of the box, man. It's the best
Tommy,
gun ever.
Tommy, nobody.
It's not a 9mm at all. All right, it's got to be at least 45.
No, 9mm works just fine. The Nazis used it; it worked great.
Yeah, it works great. They lost.
Killing the Nazis, so I'm going with 9mm.
Just ask my family in Poland.
45 is better. If you need a 45, you can throw rocks and do just about well.
No, that's not true. I got hit by thrown rocks. They're not like 45s.
It's the right size rock.
They didn't throw a big enough rock. That's with the 45, right? It's like, oh, I don't have to worry about bullet placement. I got a 45. It's a whole tiny bit bigger. And it's moving much slower, so it's going to work better.
Listen,
9mm rules.
you know what? This was much more fun when we were talking about like underage. No, I'm not gonna say that sentence. It was much more fun when we were talking about women.
But it's gun channels, man. We got to bring it back to guns all the time.
Yeah, okay, but you don't have to bring it to the most mundane argument in the history of handguns.
It's not mundane. The High Power is the best handgun in the world. And
First of all, the best handgun caliber in the world is .357 Magnum. Now,
for a revolver.
Yeah. It's a 45.
no, a .357 Magnum is 100 folds better than a 45 heavy.
What?
Not 100. And it's a revolver round unless you get a Kunin and nobody buys a Kunin. So, yeah, 45 is the way to go.
What
No.
caliber round did they shoot that gorilla with? It was a rifle of some sort, wasn't it?
It was a 308.
There you go.
Now, if I'm shooting a fucking gorilla, I'd like a .357 Magnum at least.
I would like at least a 308, like they use.
Well, G-Web would take on a gorilla with a machete. If he's willing to take on a chimpanzee with a knife, and next step up is the gorilla with a...
No. Go back to talking about high powers, boss.
Now, High Power, I take on damn near anything.
I think a high power is kind of like a step up from a revolver.
No, a high power is basically the same as a 1911, only for
I
non.
know, I'm just fucking around. I'm a big 1911 fan. I like high powers too. So. I'm just giving
carry,
Bob shit because it's fun.
the carry gun of choice for old guys.
But again, no, it's just the best gun. But anyway, I mean, for revolvers, yeah, I'll go 357, but I like single action. I don't know why, just because they're fun.
Well, get a Kunin single action .357 Magnum.
No, I want for revolver, I want a single action. For pistol, I like single actions too. Obviously, I like the Browning High Power. But the High Power is just such a handy, powerful.
I like them. I like CZs better.
You know,
I like CZs better.
now I don't mind. They're one of the modern guns that I actually like. But
What, CZs?
yeah,
Well, they're basically they feel almost the same.
I know that's why I like them because
But
they're
that's it.
points like a High Power, right? I've held blocks.
Bob, I'll tell you what's the problem. I'll tell you why like the high power isn't getting more popular anymore. And the reason is there are two reasons. First of all, it's almost fucking impossible to put your hands on a on one of those Commander shorter versions, okay?
Yeah.
And FN doesn't make them, so you're gonna have to buy from someone who's not FN, which is annoying because, like, for a carry pistol, an FN high power is a big ass thing to carry. The second thing is,
Tiny.
it is.
No. I have a Canadian compliant one. It's got like a 5-inch barrel and it's small.
Well,
I
it's
will
only
say I
small.
liked the Browning BDA when they came out with it.
It's only small until you carry anything else and realize how fucking big it is. And the other thing is, for some reason, even though they've made a lot of improvements to the FN high power, right, with the MK1, MK2, MK3, right, they changed the feed ramp, they changed a bunch of other stuff.
They've done some improvements over the years from God's original design.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they had to change it. They had to change the feed ramp because it wouldn't feed hollow points before they did that.
Oh, because it wasn't designed to use hollow points.
Yeah, that's fine. But then all of those changes that they did, nobody in FN, like, they didn't have that meeting where someone said, let's fucking get rid of the fucking magazine disconnect.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to agree with you on the one fault of the high power is the magazine disconnect. I will agree with you on that. Everything
And I
else
mean,
that is perfect, and they've never improved on it.
I mean, you can go and send it to cylinder and slide and get rid of it, but
Oh,
I don't
know.
understand why FN just doesn't fucking make them without them.
I don't know. I can, it's partially because it was part of the design. I don't know why it was part of the design. I don't know where his mind.
I know why.
Or,
I know exactly why.
And,
How many rounds does the high power hold?
I know exactly why it was a part of the design.
standard, but you get 15-round magazines fit just fine.
The only reason it was a part of the design is that when they designed the high power, they designed it to meet the requirements of several European militaries, and some of them wanted a magazine disconnect.
Okay. Well, that's kind of what I
Only
figured.
reason. I'm sure Browning didn't sit around and said, I'm going to put this stupid feature in my gun just for fun to fuck with people.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, he was getting really old at that point anyway. So.
And you know why it's annoying? It's annoying because, well, first of all, I don't like the fact that my magazine has to be perfectly seated. I might just. But the other thing is, you do a safety check on a fucking Browning high power, and if you wanna make extra sure that you don't have a round, you wanna press that trigger.
Yeah.
You gotta start practicing your fingering.
Yeah. Well, you know.
And I don't know what to do. Should I lick my finger before I put it in the gun, or?
No, never lick your finger first.
Well, I don't know. I feel like that.
Oh, it's done.
I feel like the FM might enjoy it more if the finger's a little bit wet.
God, you're such a dirty-minded person.
Yes.
You know what? You got to hook up with Stone Guy.
So,
There we go. And a reference to a member who better get his ass back here because I'm getting tired of not doing this.
Mosquitoes are fucking eating the living hell out of me.
Where are you? You've got mosquitoes.
On the balcony. What do you think? My wife lets me, like, voice chat at 2:44 a.m. while smoking inside the apartment?
No idea.
No.
Here, it's not even 7 o'clock.
Yeah, I know.
So, it's like, oh. But we don't have mosquitoes yet. Because they'll come in about in a month or so, and then it'll be just like, fucking things. Right now it's ticks. So I'm constantly pulling wood ticks off myself and the dog.
Oh, that's horrible, man.
Yeah, it's living up the country.
I hate ticks.
No, they're annoying as hell, right? You're sitting here watching a video, talking to people, and you feel something on your neck, and it's like, oh, you little bastard. And because they're so flat, they'll just lay on your neck and feel like a mole or something, and you're like, hey, a minute, I don't have a mole there.
Do they not have do they not carry diseases there?
Oh, they do. Yeah, you can get diseases from them, I guess.
Yeah, that's why I'm fucking terrified of them.
Oh yeah, but it's like 1 in a million. So.
And also, the ticks get diseases from the Canadians.
Oh, maybe. Well, no, we had deer ticks are the worrisome ones, but they're a different looking tick. We usually tell them, and we don't get those kind here. We just get ticks that. Like my sister's dog, and it's a little Shih Tzu, because it's got long hair. They went to give it its haircut in the spring, and it had 20 or 30 ticks growing like little grapes off it.
Well, the thing about
Congratulations, Bob. I started my dinner with underage prostitutes or strippers or whatever, and I finished my dinner with grape-sized ticks on a dog.
Yeah.
the
But
thing
we talked about guns while I was eating.
You want to hear?
You almost had 20 minutes there.
the thing about
You pull them off. My sister pulls them off, and then just throws them on the ground. The dog.
And light them on fire.
No, the dog.
They pop.
Oh no! When the dog eats them, they pop too. You hear it.
Ew.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Jesus!
Trying to give you dog disease.
It's his own
Stomach
blood.
diseases.
It's
This is a healthy way to eat because then you don't eat any glutens.
well,
Yeah, it's a healthy way to be bulimic. It sounds like Jesus.
Canadians have it.
Think about it, right? It's his own blood going back into his system, giving him energy, right? Because blood. So,
Yeah, maybe it's some Lyme disease.
yeah. So what? I mean, the dog's probably already got it because the tick was biting him, but we don't get a lot of that here. So
yeah, the thing about them in Israel is that they carry typhus.
oh, really?
Yeah, and one of my favorite singers and songwriters in Israel died from that because he was bit by a tick and got typhus, and they misdiagnosed it as a common flu, so he died.
Oh, that's
So I have a personal hatred of
ticks.
ticks, yeah, because they killed the best songwriter in Israeli history, which kind of pisses me off.
Very clever, Moon. But not that I want to continue this chat. However, something you said, piqued my interest there. You said, put a lighter to them or whatever, and that gets rid of them. Well, it's actually really bad to do. You shouldn't do that because when you start heating them up, they spit back out before they let go, and so if they did have any diseases, the chances of catching it is way worse.
No, you don't put the lighter on them while they're eating you. You take them out and then burn them.
Oh, I misunderstood what you were talking about because I've heard people say that.
No,
You
stick
heat them up and then they let
your
go.
hand in a fire.
Yeah, people say stuff
So
like
the tick
"Don't put
jumps off.
put Vaseline on them and stuff. The best thing to do is you pull them directly out as much as you can. You can kind of tell which way
You
they
gotta
go.
ask it nicely first.
And
Maybe it'll back out.
sure no debris from its jaws and that are left in the wound. But yeah,
Its
other
head.
than that,
Its
yeah,
head gets stuck in there.
No, you need to twist them.
yeah, if its head gets stuck in you, then you're going to get a really bad infection. But
No, but you need to turn them when you pull them.
All right. So enough of this chat. Jesus.
come on.
I can't believe I got sucked into the tick chat.
If they're talking about a parasite that's just sucking off of its host, just tell it you like Trump, and it'll get all offended.
Oh
Oh.
God.
Yeah, send them all to Bernie. He's
Hey,
used to it.
how about the cartoon show The Tick?
I wonder how ticks handle AIDS. Too far?
How do mosquitoes handle it? Think
I
about that.
don't think they're carriers. I don't
I
think
don't know.
that the virus gets in them or whatever.
It
What else
should.
you hear a lot more about that. I've never heard that.
Ticks with AIDS. Well, they couldn't give it to you, but maybe they can get it. I don't know.
No,
Well, I don't think it affects them because they have different biology or whatever.
yeah, the tick must have a reason to be around. So, yeah, I don't want to see them disappear. It would be nice if there wasn't quite so many of them around here, but yeah. Hey,
That's funny, G-Webs.
now,
Right. Let's talk about leeches now.
Oh, you know what?
I'm sick of talking about Bernie supporters.
Okay. Oh, right. I thought you were going to talk about like leeches, because we have leeches here that are like 2 feet
No,
long.
we're not going to talk about leeches because otherwise we'd have fucking called it Leech Channel or fucking gross ass bug channel. They called it fucking gun channels.
I'm sorry, when you guys are like chatting for 1 hour about vans, nobody's like.
But that's in a specific van chat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is actually going to be
You're
like
right,
a
shit on the guns.
gun channels.
It happens here too.
You can create a disgusting bug channel and have disgusting bug chats on gun channels. You just have to create the channel.
I like the van chat. I'm just fucking with you.
The conversations evolve, and so sometimes we get off the subject. We
Evolve.
chat about it.
Yeah, and that that's fine. This is just a lobby or whatever, but I just don't want to talk about bugs right now. So
Are you all bugged out?
yeah.
Good God, I tried to steer it back.
So sometimes, man, that train just does not want to get back on the rails. It's tough.
Man, I'm gonna see if
That's
my dog,
because Bob's bugging.
I'm gonna see if my dog's got any kicks and we can like show me pulling them off properly in the, in the proper way and stuff. Come here, buddy. You gotta have one or two.
I can kick Bob, right? Because this is my chat. Where's the button to do that? I've never done it before.
I'm kidding.
It's that Smegs. It's that little X on the right side top corner.
You kick me, Snaggy.
Oh, actually, it's the left side top corner in your case, no?
I'm gonna bad talk you for the next at least couple of days until I forget.
Let's talk about this for a minute.
Yeah. What? Oh yeah. No shit. I'm wearing mine. Here we go.
Every second matters.
No one at McDonald's asked me about it, but I was only there for like 2 seconds.
Yeah. Well, I was
the
around
matter.
all day wearing my T-shirt and the Cooley digital camo pants I bought in Arizona because they were like $5.
At McDonald's, they think you get a second Big Mac if you wear that T-shirt.
Yeah, like the second one really matters. First one was okay, but that second one is the one.
Did you see they're coming out with like a quadruple Big Mac or some crap? They're testing it in Central Ohio.
Well,
I'll try it.
I don't know if you guys have heard of A&W, but we have A&Ws, and they have a grandpa burger. Like, they make their burgers as family. They got a baby burger, a mama burger, a papa burger. Grandpa burger is like 3 really great meat patties, and then you can add it on it. But other than that, it's just like onion, ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise kind of thing. And it's so fucking good. And, yeah, it's got to be a half a pound of beef. I love grandpa burgers. I'm not a grandpa yet, so I can't order them, but I've seen people eat them, and they look wonderful.
But you're like a grandpa.
No, my daughter's only like 19. I mean, no kids in my future for at least 10, 20 years, I hope. When she was little, we made a deal, right? She wasn't going to have sex until she was 30 or I died.
I'm saying you could get away with impersonating a grandpa.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Like maybe a great grandpa.
In the
How old
winter,
are you, Bob?
with a real beard.
He's like 113.
He's like a great, not so great grandpa.
He's like a redwood.
Well,
Yeah.
carrying a high power like adds 20 years to the way you look. So
Oh, just wait. When I'm not carrying the high power, I'm going to carry my Colt Thunderer.
The real reason
The sad part is Bob's only like 39.
See, the thing is, the reason Bob loves the high power so much is because he was just turned of legal age the day they released it. So, it was the first game.
My first gun, man.
yeah, man.
That-
The first
That's a good topic. What was everybody's first gun?
That is a good one.
There you go. Okay, well, start front and lead your way through there, Smeggy. Your host.
All right. Well, Amit's on the left for me, so.
Wait, there's Tony.
Oh, it does.
Okay, we'll start on that side. We'll start with Tony.
Is that a Ruger P95?
That is a P95 DT.
Oh, nice.
It's got the fiber optic front.
Wait, there's no way that was your first gun. It might have been your first carry gun.
That's my first centerfire handgun.
Really?
I own two of the older P95s, and I still own a P85. So yeah, I like Rugers.
Yeah.
How's it going?
I've never owned a gun, but I guess the first firearm I ever carried was an M1 carbine.
All right, Bob. What was your first gun? Flintlock?
It was, yeah, a muzzleloader.
Matchlock.
I think it was a Rocky and a Swing.
Hang on, I'm here. I just had to get it out of the safe because I live in Canada.
You need to do something about that, Bob.
Well, we're trying, you know. We got the biggest petition in Canadian history went to the government to take the AR-15 off the restricted list.
No, you're confusing what I'm saying. You need to move further away.
Oh, yeah, well.
The question was, what was your first gun, Bob?
I know, and you know what it was, right? It was a Browning high power, and I'm just trying to get it so I can
First handgun. That wasn't your first gun.
Well, that's my first handgun. My first gun was a 22 Cooey, single shot, bolt action, you know, 22 rimfire. But, I mean, this was for me anyway, this was the thing that really made me a gun owner, because before that, I just owned guns, right? But when I had to go and jump through the hoops to get one of these, something that my dad carried in World War II, so, you know, I went and jumped through the hoops, I went and spent the money, and I bought my first handgun, which was the Browning High Power. And
Is that a Canadian one made one?
No, it's actually not. I tried to get one, but they were very expensive here in Canada. This one's made in Belgium.
It looks like a blocky CZ75.
No, it's a perfect gun. It is the perfect pointing gun. I mean, nothing feels better in your hand. And literally, you can, you know.
I've shot one before.
Yeah,
literally.
Shooting guns ever. Like where you point it, where your sights line up. And it's got the white outline sights. You know, it's nothing really fancy. It's just your basic Browning high power, but it
Don't point it at your face again.
So Bob, whenever I picked up a high power,
got no magazine, so it can't fire. Plus, it's got no rounds in it.
Those mechanisms can fail, and then you shoot yourself in the face.
There's no bullet in it.
so bad, Bob. Last time I grabbed one of those Browning high powers, I thought it kind of felt like a knockoff of the CZ75.
It's like a blocky version of it.
And
Exactly.
C75, it's the knockoff, right? Disturbing part, right? The C75.
No, it's an improvement.
No, it's not.
It's probably what Browning would have done had he lived.
Oh, he never liked double action automatic. Never. He always just thought, you know, no, it's got a safety on it. It's not going to fire.
He would have changed his mind.
In it, it's
Yeah.
not going to happen.
He would have changed his mind.
Damn hammer on the shotgun.
Well, you
So-
could just carry. Could just carry a regular CZ75, cocked and locked, and for all intents and purposes, it's a single action.
Well, that's the way I carry it in high power. Or I carry it around my home right now, but when I'm down in the States where I can legally open carry, I will carry it cocked and locked and in a holster. And Yeah, I'm not gonna worry, but I know it's not gonna go off.
So quick question, Bob. Whenever, since your home is your trailer, can you put a safe in your home and just travel wherever the hell you want?
I have a safe in my home, and yeah, I do.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like it had to be to a permanent resident or what for pistols.
No, it's as long as I have a reason to have guns in the States, which I have an Arizona hunting license, so I have a reason.
I was talking in Canada.
Oh, in Canada? No, I can just have them in my home. I can carry all the rifles and shit I want as long as I, have a license.
I bet you can bring your Chinese shit down here.
I'm hoping. I'm still waiting. They still haven't got back to me. I don't know whether it's because now I'm back in Canada. Or
I was gonna say, I think as long as you don't sell it when you're down here,
Yeah, you're not
if
importing
you take it back with you, you should be fine.
So I'm not going to, which means I'm probably going to buy a Chinese copy of a Sig 226 before I come down, because they're $300 and they're really nice guns. Okay.
Nice.
Once I'm down there, I'll just get some Sig magazines that hold 16 rounds or whatever, and I can carry that as a backup to my Browning or to my 357 Magnum single action revolver, which I'll probably carry more than anything because I like it.
So Foos, what was your first gun?
It was a Springfield XD. I had it for about 2 months and sold it. And then 1911 was the next one.
Now, just a side note on that Ruger I showed, that was the actual gun. That was not another one. That's the one that I bought back in the 90s. And
I have every gun I've ever owned. I've never sold one or got rid of one.
Yeah, I still have the original 22 I bought when I was like 13. I just got it back recently. My brother ended up with it somehow. I sold it to a friend, and he ended up giving it back to my brother. And so this original single-shot Cooey, probably made in the mid-50s, that killed 100,000 gophers over its lifetime. Greatest gun ever because it was economical to shoot, being a single shot, and it was a tack driver. And I still have it.
So, G-Web's turn. Is he around? You here?
Probably a
Bueller?
lever action single shot Winchester 22.
A lever action single shot? Is that what you said?
Yeah, so instead of being like a bolt action, you pull the lever down to put the bullet in.
Oh, okay.
Like a falling block or a
Lever action.
lever action? Oh, that's kind. How did you load it? Through the top of the receiver?
Yeah.
So it just dropped a block down when you pulled the lever forward?
Nope.
Nope.
How do you keep it to drop the falling block? So just
Well,
the
I'm
lever.
trying to figure out what kind of gun it was. I've never heard of lever action that was like lever action, but had a single shot mechanism. I just what kind it was.
Just a lever action without a magazine, so it just pulls it out and put the new one in. Drop the new one in.
Ithaca made a bunch of shotguns that way.
Really? I've never seen those. Man, it's different. We get different guns. Especially back when I was a kid, we didn't get a lot of guns imported into Canada from the States. We made our own. So it was like, you know what?
Click that link in the internal. That's a whole bunch of pictures for that kind.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Those are all Ithacas, though, I think.
I just typed in lever action 22, single shot 22, and that's what came up.
Wow. No, I didn't know you guys had those. That's cool. That would be a great kid's gun.
Yeah, because, there's something about racking a lever. Like, it's just fun. Like, you feel cool doing it.
Yeah, it is. Well, because you grew up watching Westerns. But, yeah, there's just something right about it.
It was like
But,
that for
I love lever actions. I mean, I really do.
Well, I don't know what a lever action is, but lever actions are pretty cool.
Well, it's the same thing. Just
So
one
do what was it? Kind of like this?
Queen's English and one spoken in, broken English.
It was like that first one. It wasn't a Zamek or nothing. I don't know what that one looks like. It's made out of pot metal. Mine was a Winchester.
Okay.
Oh, nice. You had a good one, man.
Yeah,
Cool.
got it when I was a baby. And born.
Never even heard of them before. Awesome.
Yeah, isn't this? Yeah, I mean, this is the cool part about gun channels, right? You find out about weird guns. You guys found out about the Marenko cheapo M14s from me years ago when I started bragging. And
So that's the gun that they gave me when I was a baby, when I was born. So nobody else got their first gun when they were born.
no.
That's tradition in my family, I guess.
Oh, I've done.
All I got when I was born was circumcised.
Oh, I know, and that was torture. I still to this day.
Okay, we were almost talking about guns.
Damn it.
No one wants to talk about baby genital mutilation.
All right. Heavy B.
So, Heavy, what was your first gun?
The first gun I purchased myself was a British Enfield 303.
Oh, nice.
I was working at the gun store before I went to the Marine Corps, and I got the pick of the litter. They were selling for like $79 out of it, and put them in a barrel and you pick the one you want. So,
Oh shit.
since I worked there, I got to go over them and pick the nicest ones. So for like, I think it was like, plus I got 10%, or I paid cost plus 10 for it. So I think I paid like $60. That's out the door because we didn't have to register back then.
No.
And I got that and a buttload of ammunition, and I punched the board and shot the cosmoline out of it. Shot it because it got so hot, all the cosmoline melted out of it.
I know they had. Yeah, they had a nice bolt on them. I mean, the British 303s, the Lee Enfield, they had a bolt you could just go through ammo with, and they were a magazine-fed rifle, right?
Yeah, you could either load them from the top, or you could detach the magazine and load it and then reattach.
Yeah, I know that was the cool thing about it.
Yeah. Too bad they didn't just start giving magazines to everyone instead of the stripper clips.
Well,
It's faster to load with stripper clips than it is with magazine.
yeah, and the magazines were heavy. I mean, these
They were heavy, and then when they locked in, they were a pain in the ass to get out.
Yeah, exactly. They weren't made for that. They were made to feed off 5-round stripper clips, and they did that really well. And I mean, at times, the British riflemen, a trained rifleman, could fire so fast people thought they were being shot at by a machine gun.
Yep. Like,
What was that? What did they call that? Like the
Mad Minute.
something minute, a minute
Minute.
hour or some shit.
Yeah.
Mad Minute.
Minute.
So,
There you go.
So something I was kind of wondering, why the heck didn't they have 10-round stripper clips for those? Since it was a 10-round magazine.
Well, their earlier rifle had been a 5-round. Yeah, their
Still-
earlier rifle was a 5-round. Sorry.
I mean, once that was no longer in service, I'm just wondering kind of why they didn't swap over.
Because all the equipment was set up for 5-round pouches. And
True.
it's the military, right? Oh, we can save money. They can just put 2 in.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
they're thinking you're only going to fire 5 or 6. Put the stripper clip in, refill your magazine. You've always got 10 rounds on hand.
yeah, but I mean, you're thinking World War I, they had these Lee Enfields with a 10-round magazine.
Yeah.
So you would think sometime, they would rearm themselves between World War I and World War II and be like, okay, we could get away with these 5-round, go to 10-round. But hey.
Well, they didn't. It's the military. They didn't spend any money between World War I and World War II. And now they have factories already producing the 5-round. They pretty much work. Why not? Right? Like, I got a a magazine on my SKS that could be 20 rounds, I'm only ever going to buy the one because it's one of those Tapcos, SKS magazines are stupid. So I'll snap that in and just feed it with 2 dripper clips. Why not? It's quick. I carry less weight.
All right.
I mean, if you got a 10-round magazine for anything that loads like that, and you've got you can, with a 10-round SKS magazine, think about that, right? 10 rounds. You've got your 20-round mag or your 30 rounds, right? 3 times. So, yeah, and you're carrying a lot less weight. And it's just as fast as using magazines. We've seen the tests. We know it's true. Okay, that's the truth from you can have.
So whose turn for the first gun?
Oh,
Moon.
this is Moon.
Oh,
M&P 45C Flat Dark Earth.
really? Oh, your first handgun.
Should have never sold it.
Now, what was your first rifle?
An M&P 1522 Magpul edition.
Oh, really? You really like M&P?
Not really, but I like those M&Ps.
Mm-hmm.
Geez, I like mine. AK-74. First
Really?
rifle. Yep. Growing up, my dad had rifles, but he never took me shooting or hunting because my brother got to go because my dad would, where he hunted at, he could only bring one guest, so my brother was 3 years older, so he always went.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
You guys didn't take turns? That's pretty lame.
Does your brother still hunt?
Yeah, he does.
That's good.
Yeah. First time I went hunting was like 3 years ago.
That really sucks your father would do that. I mean, I'd be like telling him, yeah, that sucked. And it wasn't fair.
Well,
And
I
I'd
mean,
probably hate my brother and try to do everything I could to sabotage his life.
as I was growing up, by the time I started to think that way, it was just like, oh, it's tradition. Ryan's going. I didn't even think about it. So.
Yeah. But still, it's like picking the elder child. It's like a king or something. I'm only going to educate the elder child because the younger one's never going to be anything, right? Because he's the younger one.
Except I'm making more money than all 3 of them combined now. So.
There you go. Yeah, that's like the penniless prince goes out and becomes the rich man, Donald Trump.
Yep.
The Donald Trump story, only a little different. Yeah, fun dick.
Well, I guess it's my turn. My first gun was a Beretta semi-automatic shotgun. My dad bought for me when I was a teenager. And then the first gun I bought myself was my CZ75.
What gauge was the shotgun?
12 gauge.
And you were how old?
Like 14 or 15, something like that.
Were you a big kid or a little kid?
Weight-wise, I was pretty tiny, but I was 6 foot in 8th grade, so
Okay, so you were tall
size
and
wasn't a problem.
you were a beanpole.
Yeah, I was laughing because evidently you have not seen Smeggy.
Oh, no, I haven't. No. The only Smeggy I've seen is the one that G was, like in person, is the one that G was has consumed.
Yeah, that Smeggy's icon is quite a bit thicker than Smeggy is.
But probably weighs about the same.
Probably.
Okay.
But no, that was a cool deal there. I told my dad that I wanted him to fix a BB gun that he had, You know, one of them like you pump 5 times or whatever. Well, the thing is, it never held the pressure. If you pumped it and shot right away, it would work. But if you took some time to try and aim, it didn't have enough pressure to shoot the pellet.
Right.
So I asked him to fix it, and his logic was, okay, it's going to cost the same amount to fix it as it will to just buy a new one. So he's going to buy me like a new pellet gun. And then he said, well, as long as I'm buying a new gun, I might as well buy a real gun.
Yeah.
So I ended up with a 12 gauge.
That's nice. I like a dad like that. Yeah, that sounds.
Heck, my dad flipped out whenever my brother and I went together and bought a BB gun.
Really?
Yeah.
I got given them from the time I was like 5 years old.
Right. Flippy's here. I want to hear Flippy.
His is going to be a Salient Arms Glock.
I don't know if he knows what we're doing. Flippy, we're talking about, first gun you ever owned.
Yeah.
It was, the first gun I ever owned was a Mossberg Persuader. Mossberg 500 Persuader with a heat shield.
Really? Like the real tactical, the one the mall ninjas always go for?
No,
Yeah,
the one that had a pistol grip.
They unironically named their gun the Persuader. It sounds horrible.
Yeah, I know. All right, bitch, you want a house? I'm gonna persuade you that you don't.
Yeah, I don't know if to make a armed robbery joke or a rape joke.
No, it's to persuade certain ethnicities to get the fuck off your lawn.
Oh, you're talking about shooting like black people and stuff and Hispanics. That's really racist, Flippy. Especially coming from Canada. I mean, you guys are so endangered. You think you're immune.
That's gotta be a tie for one of the worst names I heard for. What are the worst names you heard for guns?
No, the winner of that goes to the public defender.
No, the winner
Yeah.
is definitely the street sweeper. But
No, the street sweeper is fucking badass sounding.
okay,
It's
the
scary
winner.
sounding, which is why they call, Was that the official name, or was that
no,
like
that
the name
actually was
given?
the official name, was the street sweeper. That's why it fucking got banned, dude.
The
Yeah,
Street
and it was
Sweeper
a
is
terrible
actually a
shotgun.
fitting name.
It was a terrible shotgun, though.
Yeah, it actually was a really bad shotgun.
I guess I always thought street sweeper was like a common term or whatever. Like it was just like someone named it that, and that's what people used to call it. I didn't know that was like the official from the company's name.
Yeah.
No, that was the official.
Yeah.
And I think the
They
best
also
way
were
to
trying market
figure
it
this
for,
out,
like gang members too.
the best way to figure this out is like to ask Flippy what's his 5 best, like the 5 favorite gun names that he thinks of, and that would be probably the 5 worst.
Well, because you got to realize, I mean, Flippy in reality dresses in a panda suit and probably doesn't own any guns, but he plays a lot of video games, so he kind of knows about them, but not really. Sorry, Flippy, I outed you.
I wasn't listening. I was too busy looking at the Call of Duty spread.
Nice.
Nice.
Now, the company that made the Street Sweeper, aka Cobray, made a bunch of guns with horrible names.
Well, that was their marketing department.
Yeah, the marketing department was kind of stupid.
Well, stupid and really, like, redneck.
Well, stupid in that they actually got their gun banned. Stupid.
Like,
But was
They
it
had a
really
gu-
bad gun?
they had a gun named the Ladies' Home Companion.
I think that was... Isn't the Ladies' Home Companion just another version of the Street Sweeper?
Yes, what it is a pistol version of the Street Sweeper. So presumably,
Oh my god.
for a home defense gun, what you're going to give a woman is a 12-gauge drum-fed shotgun. I mean, that's practical.
I mean, it wasn't really drum-fed. It was a cylinder.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
cylinder
you
thing.
racist. What the hell's wrong with y'all? So you're gonna sit there and tell us about how shotguns are so great for home defense and all this shit. You're gonna ignore the fact that shotguns have 5-round magazines, maybe, and then when you give them one that's not
Oh,
going
I'm
to
wrong.
bullet,
It was in 4570.
no, in 12 gauge or 20, and you get a little tiny thing that you can hold with 2 hands and effectively get off a bunch of rounds. Whatever. There's
No.
nothing wrong with that. The only reason it went down is because fucking the politicians, the anti-gun owners' rights people, were scared of it. You're just playing in.
No,
I mean,
let's
they
talk
got,
about.
to be fair though, they got scared of it because the fucking company kept pushing shit out there, being like,
No big
yeah,
deal.
this is the fucking Gunland gang, or the fucking gun for the gangland.
Geos, we're not saying what's the worst gun. It's what's
Action revolvers, because that's the same thing that some bank robber had. So you're not allowed to make Tommy guns because that's what some bank robbers had.
Geos.
No, I'm saying like
we're
the
saying
reason they got banned in the first fucking place was because that was them pushing that notion though. They were the one pushing. This is the big scary gun that like you should be afraid of.
what you guys
Buy
talking about
it.
two different things.
Number one,
Hold on,
prove
Geos.
that. You're just coming up with that shit out your ass, so come up with that. Give me some proof of that. And 2, even if there's someone who suggests that's the thing with some sort of validation, like actual ad, and then some sort of a court case that references those specific ads, I'm going to say bullshit on the legislature. You're allowed to, with the First Amendment, the right to free speech, you're allowed to say whatever the fuck you want.
Geos, we're saying what is the worst name for a gun, not what is the worst gun for home defense.
Yeah.
So a street
That's
sweeper.
maybe how it started, but then when I came over here, y'all were talking about how the street sweeper was such a bullshit gun, it should never existed, and then it was
No,
always-
No, the name.
Fucking gun. I'm just
Wait,
saying they
wait.
did that to themselves.
Two
It was a
different.
shitty gun. It was a shitty gun. It didn't work that well.
Whatever.
However, it shouldn't be banned because of its name. It's the same as a
Wait.
car should be banned because it's black.
First of all, I was making fun. I was making fun of the Ladies' Home Companion, which is like the Street Sweeper, only apparently. Well, I've linked it in the side chat, and I never said it should be banned because it has a stupid name. I just said it was a horrible name, the Street Sweeper. That's like me making a gun for the American gun market and calling it, I don't know, the school cleaner. It still shouldn't be banned. It's just a bad idea. Not everything that I think is stupid should be illegal.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that. If it worked, it'd be great. I mean, 20 rounds, 35-7, whatever.
In a pistol form, that would freaking hurt.
Dude, can you imagine how uncomfortable that is?
Oh, to shoot. Oh, it must be a beast. But I mean, there's a whole thing about if your adrenaline is running, you don't notice recoil, which is why you get a lot of defense loads are really hot. Maybe you don't. I don't notice recoil much anyway.
Plus, hell, you need like a bedside table the size of a fucking walk-in closet.
You just lay it next to the bed, man. I do with my double barrel 12 gauge because that's all I need. I'm in Canada, man. 2 rounds of 12 gauge, I'm good.
What if a bear breaks into your house looking for dinner?
Well, then he gets 2 rounds of 12 gauge in the head. He's dead. And I mean, I would know he was coming because I got a dog and I don't sleep that heavily. Like for a bear to get in the camper, he's got to make some noise. Why I'm glad I'm not camping in a tent anymore.
No,
What if
man,
it's-
you're a little sardine can for him, dude. It'll just rip open the side and snatch you out.
And I've got a 12 gauge right there, right? Oof. Dead bear.
What if it's a gorilla though?
Same thing, man. 12 gauge pretty much solves all your problems.
No, because I mean a gorilla, they're kind of smart and they have pretty dexterous arms. I mean, he might like open the door really quietly and shit.
No, a gorilla would never open the door quietly. It's a gorilla. I mean,
I don't
if
know.
it does, he's gonna have to pick the lock, blah 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 blah. That would wake the dog up. The dog would start barking. I'd be standing just outside the door with a 12 gauge double barrel, and somebody came in, it would be like.
Ah, fuck that, Bob. If a
No,
gorilla,
no, Bobby had to pump 2 rounds into the air.
if a gorilla showed up at your house, the first thing you would do is like say, "Holy shit, that's a gorilla."
Well, yeah, it's the first thing I'd do, but like at that point, my dog would already be attacking me, you know, and that's gonna have woken up everybody, right? Because he's loud. He's a big giant, stupid, I don't know, Turkish Shepherd or something.
So this just came across my Facebook, and I looked, and it's out there on the news that down in Fort Hood, there's 3 dead, 6 missing after an Army truck overturns in floodwaters near Fort Hood, Texas.
Oh shit, that ain't good.
Yeah, so 9 soldiers, 3 are already confirmed dead, and 6 are still missing. So keep them in your thoughts.
Yeah, I'm sure, man. You guys are getting all kinds of flooding. Your weather's gone crazy down there, eh?
Yeah, Texas is crazy. All last week we've had rain. We started raining earlier today, and it's supposed to go on for the next 3 or 4 days. It's crazy.
Well, what's California? Anybody from California here? 'Cause you know, like G-Webs is heading to California, maybe.
Oh, it's like pouring right now, like
Yeah.
in Texas, where I'm at.
It's in his van, right? That's a good thing. You find the leaks, then when you go back to where it's not raining, you know, have a mark. Have a felt marker that writes in the rain, G-Webs, and then you can just mark, oh, it's leaking through here, so then you can get up on top and go, oh, that's why. Yeah, they will leak. They all do. Especially something that comes from a really dry place like Arizona. It dried my shit out so bad being down there. Like, honest to God, the axe heads were falling off my house because the air was so dry. It just dried the wood right up.
So your wood shrank when you were in Arizona? That's sad to hear.
That van was made in Canada, and then in 1986, and then sold to that school in Arizona. It's been in Arizona the whole time, and I suspect they didn't drive it anywhere except around those 22 schools.
Oh, that's all it would have, yeah. It never would have gotten left the city limits. That's kind of cool, man. I think you got a good like vehicle for running around it. But like I say, oh, Tucson's a different place, man. I've never seen wood dry out like that. I mean, I had one lady in Arizona just say, "Holy crap, eh? That wood ever dry?" And I was like, "Yeah," but you know.
Sure that ain't an age thing, Bob?
You say all the ladies down here said they've never seen wood that small?
No, that dry.
That old and wrinkly and dried out?
Yeah, but you know what? Saliva.
You just gotta spit on it. It'll be fine.
What I told them, and sure enough, everything worked out. So, hey, there's a certain senatorial candidate in Arizona I want to go back and see again. And that just shut the chat up.
We're just all wondering why you like Gabby Gifford so much.
Exactly.
Not Gabby Gifford, man. I'd show you, but I don't want to out her for being a Canadian lover.
Oh yeah, that's career suicide.
Oh, for a senator? Yeah. Or after she's in, maybe. You know, it might come up. Well, I guess it's kind of come out on gun channels now, but thankfully we only get a couple hundred views or so. Should find out. Anyway, who wants to see my dog?
No.
All right. How about let's talk about what's our favorite gun?
Favorite pistol and favorite rifle.
Yes.
Right? Is it like gun you own that's your favorite, or just favorite gun out in the world?
You own. That's your favorite.
Okay, then we could come back after that and say favorite gun, no matter what.
Yeah. Okay. Favorite gun, no budget.
Well,
My-
wait.
But-
Go ahead. Go ahead. Hey. Go ahead.
Just. No, there you go. No,
Today, Junior.
I'm just messing with you, Foos. You
I
can go.
know.
You guys are being so Canadian, it's annoying.
No, go ahead.
Pardon. I'm not talking until Foos goes.
Okay. Favorite pistol, of course, CZ. Favorite rifle, my Tontil. And then my all-time favorite, probably a Luger. Smeggy, go.
Okay, well, the favorite pistol would be the CZ since that's the only pistol I own. I'm at a toss-up on rifle, but I think I'm gonna have to go with my AR just because I built it and you get that whatever pride of ownership kind of thing. But I don't know, I like my AK too. I haven't shot it yet, so I don't know if I can call it my favorite without even shooting it yet.
You need to sell that thing if you're going to shoot within 24 hours of owning it.
Well, you know what? No.
Or you can give it to me.
No, I'll shoot it. It's not my fault they keep fucking making me go out of town. I just found out today, it's not for certain, but I might be going back to goddamn St. Louis this weekend instead of going up north with my friends.
Oh, shit.
They're like, are you busy this weekend? Or can you go back out there? It's like, well, I have plans to go up north with my friends, but I know the work's got to get done, so if it has to get done, I'll do it. But I don't know for sure that I have to go. I got to check with the guys tomorrow. They did some changes or whatever, and I'll check back with them. And if it worked, then I don't have to go. If it's still fucked up, then I got to go back out there.
Well, it's St. Louis, so it would probably be fucked up.
Well, no, I don't know. It's stupid shit. Half of it's whatever. I don't get all into it. It's in their head, kind of. They think they have a problem when they really don't. So it's kind of hard to fix a problem that people don't really have. So, I don't know. I'm going to go out there and change some stuff. Be like, look, it's all fixed now. And as long as I can convince them it's fixed, then it'll be done.
What you need to do is go out there and break it, show them that it's broke, and then put that part back in to fix it.
Yeah, something like that. And favorite gun all time? I'm not sure. Honestly. I don't really know. Whoa, G-Webs is going to a Bloomberg rally?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
go
dude.
to this Bloomberg thing, see what they're doing, if I can find parking out there. So I'll go live if there's. I'm sure there's internet. It's right downtown.
Right on.
If there's a room open, I'll join.
Are you wearing your Every Second Matters shirt?
No, Arizona Citizens Defense League.
Oh, close enough. Okay.
That works.
All right, see you.
Yeah, see you, man.
Later.
See.
My favorite pistol is my M92 PAP. My favorite rifle is my SLR 107. And my absolute favorite gun is a toss-up between either an RPG 7 or the 100th anniversary, or the 90th anniversary birthday thing of the Kalashnikov AK-47, the gold edition.
An RPG-7 is not a rifle, it's a rocket launcher.
I mean, you hold it with two hands.
Yeah, and that was in his fantasy all-time favorite weapon or whatever, so that counts.
Because I do love me that fucking Kalashnikov edition AK.
Yeah, that would be special. There is one.
I mean, it annoys me that I don't have the, because I went to the gun store again today with my wife because she wanted to buy me a Waffle 10 Bulgarian magazine. And while we're in there, I'm just standing over at the counter staring at the fucking thing because they have 2 out of the 100 that were made.
Tell your wife to, get the Waffle Mag next month and get you that anniversary gun right now.
Well, yeah, Stacy, fucking our anniversary just happened. What a coincidence that there's this anniversary rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, while we're there, though, she saw a Ruger 1022 that was like a pink wood one. And she got like super giddy, and she's like, I want it. I want that gun. I want that to be my first gun. It's like my size.
Really?
Like, I guess I'm buying her a fucking pink 1022.
Could have traded no anal for you for that Kalashnikov, I'm pretty sure.
Wait, what?
I'm not repeating it.
I'm
You
just
said
saying
something
what, because I
inappropriate,
can
don't worry about it.
fucking hear you.
Yeah. Moon out in the chat said that basically he said he doesn't have a favorite. Well, your favorite is the one in your hand, he said pretty much, so. Which is kind of true. I mean, whichever one I'm shooting is the one I'm geeking over at that time.
Yeah. Who's next?
You.
Heavy B? Isn't
What are
here.
you talking about? Sorry, I was looking at boots.
Your favorite handgun you own, the favorite rifle you own, and your favorite all-time gun, whatever.
Okay, my favorite rifle of all time?
Well, first of what you own, and then what your dream gun is.
That I have owned or that I own.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to say my AR is my favorite right now for my rifle. My handgun was my 1911, my Springfield 1911 loaded. And what's the last one?
Your favorite gun all time, whatever. Money's no object.
Wow. That's a good question.
Yeah, I couldn't think of one either.
Money, no object. I'd probably like to get the Midwest Industries AR-308. Their 308 AR that they make in MWatch. It was MWatch before, and it's only a $1,600 gun and all, but that and a good scope on top of it, you got a bit of that. I'm assuming.
Bob.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to turn my camera on for this, so I can actually show you the two I have right now.
Let's see, a high power VZ58.
Oh boy, you wrong. Alright, my favorite pistol right now is this Colt Thunder. It's a Piata, it's a replica. But, oh yeah, best one ever. This thing shoots so well. Wherever you point the gun, that's where the bullet hits. And 357 Magnum can't beat that. My rifle, surprisingly, is my SVT-40. Because as a rifle, it's one of the best shooting guns I've ever shot. This thing is like beat shit. It's got an original stock. It's actually not the full auto on it and everything, but it's semi-auto. And yeah, it's the best shooting gun I've got. It's amazing. This thing is more accurate than my M14, my brand new Norenko. So, yeah. great, more accurate than my 30-06 Remington. Those are the two, and the one I would most want. I'm going to say, I mean, I really like the Dillon minigun, but I am gonna say the Mauser 9mm broom handle with detachable magazines and the shoulder stock holster. I don't know exactly what model it is. They did make one, and it's got the big red 9 on the grips, and it's a 9mm Luger or a 9mm Fairvellum, and it's select fire, and it takes 20 round mags. So what could be better than that?
Do you know why that big red 9 is on the grip?
So people don't shoot the 30 Luger.
Yep.
Because it'll wreck it. But no, I really do like that Mauser. I don't know why I like the broom handle. I think I saw it in a Western one time when I was a kid, and I just went, oh, I want one of those. That's the coolest looking gun ever. I know they don't handle that well. They're terrible pistols. But with a shoulder stock on them, it worked really well. As a 9mm, basically a sub gun. So what the hell? I probably can't bring that down if I ever find one. I probably can't bring it to the States.
Why not?
I would have to have a permit for short-barreled rifle or whatever.
No, C96s like
Yeah.
that are and they're exempt from the SBR. Now you'd have
What,
it'd still
the broom
be
handle Mauser thing?
Yep.
Yeah. Same as the Browning High Power that came with the stock.
Yep.
Oh shit, man! I gotta find me a Browning High Power with a stock. That would be so cool to bring down. Because I was thinking, you know, when G-Web's gun shows, I could kind of take a little corner of the table and guns Canadians can own. Just to kind of show people that Canadians can own guns. So many Americans think that Canadians can't own guns.
You know, the legal Canadian guns would just be a sharp stick and like some fucking foul language written down on a piece of paper.
Yeah, I know.
With sorry after it.
Yeah, and you know,
Followed by an A.
Yeah, I posted a thing on my Facebook about how, you know, the laws that made America separate from Britain were also like seriously opposed in both Canada and Britain, because there were laws that were against the Magna Carta, which was, you know, the first thing that said, you know, regular people had rights, not just the royalty, or the people with the most sharp sticks and guns and swords and shit. So that came about from the British fighting the monarchy. So it's, yeah, and the Magna Carta is important, and like it was protested in Canada and Britain, and I think mostly overridden. And it was about like putting soldiers in your homes, like they were billet soldiers in your homes. So yeah, and it just happened today in history. That's when it happened in 200 years ago or whatever, or more than 200 years ago. I guess before the start of the American War of Independence, but it was one of the what they call it, some, you know, atrocious acts, onerous acts that the government was putting on people.
So I guess it's Tony's turn.
Yeah.
Favorite handgun is the Ruger I showed earlier. Favorite rifle would be Remington 700 BDL 30-06.
Big rifle.
Wish list gun would be a Smith & Wesson 29 long barrel.
Kind of nice, huh?
So, since we're doing 20 questions, what is on everyone's gun list as for next purchases?
Well, I literally just bought a Glock 22 and went to pick it up. So
But that means you just bought it. So what's like the next 2 or 3 that are on your list?
I'd probably do another AR build, probably an AR pistol.
Right on. Bob?
Yeah, that just brought something up. You said something about AR pistol. Is the AR pistol going to avoid the gun apocalypse shit in California?
There are no AR pistols in California.
Yeah, you can have AR pistols in California.
Nah.
What?
Because, I mean, everything I saw was like, rifles with detachable magazines and blah, blah, blah. They weren't talking about pistols with detachable magazines. So you could have an AR pistol, like just regular?
No. They're going to classify it as, because you're going to have to, like, fight. Okay, you're going to have to register it as a pistol anyway, even if you buy it, it's going to fall under the same category, so it's not going to be able to have a bullet button, or it's going to have a bullet button. As of right now, if the law passes, and when the law passes, it'll have to have an affixed magazine where you actually have to break down the gun to shoot it, or to load it.
But because it's a pistol, how is that? Or is it written into law for AR pistols?
Because California doesn't differentiate between pistol and rifle ARs, they're just one and the same.
Okay. Same with AKs?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
And
So-
same with like the G3s and MP5s and everything like that?
We don't have G3s or MP5s.
Okay, they're not on the list then.
Wait, the G3 is that 308 rifle.
Well, right, but they also have a pistol version of that.
Oh, you mean the weird PTR thing?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's weird. I don't understand how it fucking works.
What do you mean?
Like, it's a really short barrel for a really fucking big bullet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just like anything else, you're just not going to get your performance out of it.
You're also gonna fucking knock someone on their ass
Yeah.
standing next to you.
Yep.
It's going to breathe fire,
So-
that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So on my list, it's AR 308 or a 1911 or a limited competition gun.
Nice.
Flippy,
Yeah.
what's on like the next 2 or 3 on your to buy list?
So to buy list?
Mhm.
Well,
And the 1022 for your wife doesn't count.
oh, okay. That's what, literally what I was about to say. A pig 1022. I honestly don't fucking know. Literally anything. Whatever strikes my fancy next. I really want to get an AK-74 though.
They're awesome to shoot. So yeah.
And like, still, the 5.45 bullet isn't that fucking expensive compared to like 5.56.
Oh no.
And I just bought a 5.56 suppressor, and it'll also work on 5.45.
Correct.
So
Yeah. Whenever I pick up commercial 5.45, it's right around the same price as a 7.62 gun. 7.62 ammo.
Oh, and probably because at the gun store today, the guy was like, "You like J-frames?" I'm like, "Eh." And he's like, "Check this out." And he was showing me like these fucking Japanese police models that they got in because apparently the Japanese ordered too many, and I guess unloaded them, and they got a few of them. So I might buy one of those. It's like cheaper than a regular fucking J-frame, and it's like a nicer one. Like it's some specialty frame that's supposed to be like sturdier. I forgot what it was called. And the third one could be literally anything.
All right. Smeggy?
Well, I'm looking at a 22 rifle. I don't know if I want like a bolt action or semi-auto or whatever, with some type of plinker, something fun. And then I'm still looking at the PPQ as a carry gun. I actually talked about this earlier in the lobby. I don't think you were around though.
No, was it?
But those are probably my next two. And then I don't know after that. I'll probably I don't know. Maybe build another AR or whatever. Maybe buy a different rifle or something or a new shotgun or what. I have no idea. Maybe a 22 pistol after that. Like that'd be kind of fun to play with too. So I don't know. Open to suggestions on that, but I'm down to about like buying one gun a year. And since I just bought my AK, I'm probably done for the year.
Yeah, I just typed in Japanese J-frame and Hitomi H-cup popped up, and I just want to say I love Japan.
Okay, whatever that means. Have fun with that.
Okay, whenever I type Japanese J-frame, Japanese J-frames come up. I guess I don't have the filters on.
You don't have the same cookies that.
We have very different fucking Googles, is what I'm understanding from that statement.
Well, yeah, isn't Google doesn't it try and figure out your preferences and shit and show you stuff that things you like?
Well, no, I have all the preferences set because I also use this account for my Chrome at work, so I don't want to have certain images to be populated on my work computer. Oh yes, I totally agree with you. I'm good with her.
Yeah, that's what popped up for me was Hitomi J-cup when I typed in.
Nice.
There's another one. Yeah.
I'm good with it.
She's like
I
the
like your
face
preferences.
of Japan.
I like your preferences. Can I have my face in the face of Japan?
I don't see why not. That's why they're there.
The only bad thing is I'm fat and not in Japan.
I mean, it's okay. You don't need to be skinny. You just have to be big American man.
True.
This is taking a really dark turn.
Mm.
And I'm okay with that.
So what else?
I don't know.
Instead of buying groups, I bought ammo today. I do. Though. My friend Jeremy wanted a brick of 22, so I bought him a brick of 22, and I got 260 rounds of 63. So.
Are you saying you straw purchased from 22?
I did not straw purchase. I purchased it and then bartered it. There is a difference. He can legally own firearms. I traded 22 long rifles for 223 ammunition. You got
Yeah,
500
it's
rounds
basically
of
the same
22
number. You
LR.
should be able to trade those one for one, right?
Well, you got 500 rounds of 22 LR, and I got 260 223 rounds.
That works. I tore a buddy of mine's Ruger Mark I apart to make sure it still functions, and make sure nothing's rusting on the inside, because he didn't know where it came from. He just found it in his house about a week ago.
About a week ago.
Yeah, so he wanted me to check it over before he went out and shot it. We traced the manufacturing down to probably 1966.
I don't know why you're saying that just reminded me, but I gotta write down the serial number of my AK.
Yeah,
In
you
a
do.
safe spot. Do you guys do that? Keep track of your guns and like keep it on a sheet of paper somewhere? Or...
No. My insurance company has the listing on all of my guns, so in case anything were to happen to any of them, I can just call them and be like, yo, and they'll be like, well, this is the number.
Hey, Heavy, we're getting some echo from you.
Oh,
I
well,
don't know if your speaker's turned up too much or something.
I bet you if you mute yourself, it won't be echo. No, I just left it open. I'm not even using a headset right now.
What? Well, I think I'm gonna shut this one down, guys. Pink has another one up, but I'm gonna go watch some YouTube videos and whatnot.
Oh, fine, be like that.
I will be like that.
Yeah, the only issue is there was a Hillary hole on it.
What? Somebody was going to vote for Hillary on Pink's check?